Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This man not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dodo.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀, la mọ̀ tó dodo.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. And this is Maiyegun Live.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré, àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré, wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism.
Thank you very much for joining me. Share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends and tell them that Maiyegun today. Take a moment and like this broadcast as you are joining. Subscribe if this is your first time. And then, read the caption, read the description, and possibly get ready to participate in the conversation too. But share it first. Yeah.
Lórí Facebook. And yes, we like.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. recruit 50 million youths into the army and take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, agbado, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
Do you know that naturally, right? Or should I say, is it naturally? Not naturally. I mean, that's not the right word I wanted to use. Like normally, maybe let's say normally, yeah. If you speak about Tinubu's frailness or his sickly nature, and then his incoherent statements and all that, some people think it's like a personal attack on the man. But when I probed further, I kind of get more convinced that somehow, right, despite all of this incapacitation that Tinubu is suffering from, the people popping him out there, somehow, in order to justify whatever they stand to benefit or they are benefiting now, they continue to make it easier to see through the emptiness of this Tinubu and the bat idiots. Like Dele Farotimi said, the Buhari idiots, the Buhari diddins, the Buhari deans somehow are transforming to the bat idiots. But somehow I believe that they continue to set him up, even as much as they are trying to shield him from public scrutiny. I am still kind of convinced. Because if not, yeah, Tinubu is in London right now with the Babariga mobile banking CEO, Gandola of Kano. Even the Olepompos budget of Olepompos Peri, the little Hitler from Cross River, Ayade, and others like that, they were in London to come and convince, probably another setup to come and, I don't know, but I mean, they are here to come and tell us what they have for you, the Nigerians, which obviously we know. Apart from the fact that they will read from the script, if we read it from the script, the moment you begin to ask him questions and he has to speak on his own, then it is going to be a free fall. But that is the man himself. If you corner him and you ask him questions, you may probably get so confused yourself at some point. But what happened to those who are working overtime to prove Tinubu that people knows, to prove to prove him right in a different way, like to try to whitewash him, in the process of trying to whitewash Tinubu? When Tinubu speak his jargons, when he speak his nonsense, what happened? They started interpreting for him. Lately, we discovered that Tinubu is now senile and incoherent, by the way, caused by dementia, right? However, they are now making us realize that we are the dumb ones who have no idea of what Tinubu is talking about because we are dumb. Now, Tinubu speaks in the language of the gods. That if he says something and you begin to be like, what was that? What is he saying? I don't understand. You are going to see an educated weary that is going to turn interpreter, more like bamboozle zombies. Have you not noticed that? But in the process, trying to prove what is not, what has been proved many times, and they have fell flat on their faces, right? In their way of struggling to prove this and that, they continue to push lies that in my own book, continue to set Tinubu up. Abi, which one is this again? Normal. Educated people, or should I say, not all educated people anyway. Normally educated people, right, should know that even as much as Tinubu was indicted and then he made a deal, in that deal, he was able to part with some, all that stuff, right? Legally, he is still allowed to go to America. Even upon all of that, the fact that he is the candidate of the major political party in Nigeria, he will be allowed something they call, even if he has any case at all, he will be allowed to go anywhere, even America, until they feel like we don't want you. Do you understand that now? We don't want you, don't come here. They won't grant him anything. Then, just 2 days ago, when Tinubu was about to bail on you, the Nigerians who were looking forward to their town hall meeting, where you have Obi, Atiku, and then Kwakwanso and the rest, right? Well, 3 of them anyway. They were expecting Tinubu as well. They bailed on them. They arranged a talk show, sort of, for him in London. In other words, to allow him to see his own doctors too, like Bokwari, that can quickly use that moment that is in UK now to get something we call the battery recharge. It's not really about that talk. You know that. Then the rumor came and they said, America denied Tinubu visa. Aha! Immediately I saw it. I knew it was the handiwork of Tinubu and gang, so that they can come out later and say, well, look at his visa. So that didn't emanate from anywhere other than them. Some of you sometimes don't really sort of pay attention, so to say, to the origin of some of the rumors that you help them push only to come back, for them to call it a comeback for Tinubu. But when you now look deeper, you will realize that even in their whatever desperation that pushed the rumor, they didn't seem to have perfected the plan well. How? We woke up this morning, and the first thing that was staring me on my face on Twitter was the copy of Tinubu's American visa page. Okay. You remember that Atiku, when Obasanjo said Atiku cannot go to America because he is wanted in America, right? That is true. Not that Atiku himself is wanted directly, but he is mentioned in court cases that have seen so many people sent to jail for the corruption that were linked to him. People who took money on behalf of people for Atiku. But Atiku won't gamble it until the coast is clear, paying a lot of money to go there. Are you with me? But however, Festus Otobo Keyamo, trying to dispel the rumor that Tinubu is not denied American visa. I don't know what American visa look like until I see this. And immediately people started pointing things out. The forgery, the fakery. And it is the fakery is not really in this. Not all of them are not really on this image you have on your screen. Are you with me? They are in the information that is behind this printed page. The first one is this. In the INEC form, remember I said that sometimes I feel like they just deliberately want to set him up. set him for dragging, set him up for dragging, set him up for all these things because they know they're safe for the money that they are getting now or the position they are promised if he becomes their president. This is a big fraud, a calamity that is not in anybody's good, okay? Now, in their desperation to dispel the copy of this visa, which people believe that is forged, okay? Like it's forged. The original visa with this information expired in 2020, year 2020. But you see, the issue date on this one, which is all right if you say, okay, well, the issue date or the renewal was done a year after 2021, 2-year visa to 2023. But there is no record of this date of this visa on the American consulate websites where you can verify the authenticity of your visa just by picking up the visa, what we call the control number. Do you get that now? Now, some people did some digging in the back end to prove that the information on this page does not correspond with the number, which is actually the visa itself. If you type the number into anything on their website, it will bring the details of the bearer and the expiration of that visa, right? And some people did, okay? Take a look at this. The details that actually corresponds with everything on that visa page that I just shown you now is what you have here, which expired as far back as September, the 14th of September, 2020. This is, and listen, this is not like, I'm not saying that he couldn't have done a renewal. Listen, let's assume that another renewal is done and it was granted, fine. But how do you know that the number on this visa, just like your passport number, okay? Your passport number, look at that passport number. That's the Nigerian passport number, right? On the left, under his name. Now, that passport number, yeah, if you type it into the Nigerian data system, like their immigration or whatever system, it's going to bring out your data. That is your data page information. It's going to bring everything out. Your name, your date of birth, where your passport is issued, your sex, everything. Do you understand that now? Now, that same thing on the top right called control number. That one is issued because this is a visa page, or it's not a passport page, visa page. Now, you see that top one control number. If you now go to the American consulate, like American embassy or American, immigration website to verify your visa, that's the number you're going to type in. Okay. Now, you see that number, when you type it in there, it showed up as this. Yeah. That is a visa that was issued a while back. Now, let us take another leap forward. In what I said, I believe they deliberately setting Tinubu up. Not that it's going to have any real effect because it's Nigeria. But at the same time, when it does have that effect, you can possibly look inward too, in my own opinion, right? So, now let's say all of those ones are not really anything, okay? They don't matter. You know, F the visa, F this, F that, okay? But on this same visa page, with the documents that is probably he has with, or he uses with the American Immigration Service, right? Which have issued him visas many times in his life. Their record now shows that Tinubu was born in 1952. Yeah, that's another one, talking about setting him up. 1952. But when you look at the INEC document is submitted, the INEC document is submitted, stated that Tinubu was born in March 1954. Now, talking about perjury and desperation to just build something on nothing, okay? I am saying this right now, and pointing this out is because it's already out there. It's not new. It's not something that is being cooked right now, okay? This contradiction, legally alone, could see him go to jail if Nigeria was a country. But who are those behind all of this? Who are putting all this out other than his own people who are trying to prove something? Remember, they were the same people who were trying to prove that Tinubu's 12-year-old picture was the same picture of Donald Duke. Why do you have to sort of, in your desperation to prove something? They didn't just post that picture on social media. They pick up that picture on social media. They use the picture in his own biography, his childhood biography picture in his campaign manifesto. They didn't just print them. They published them on his campaign website until people started saying, this one Donald Duke now. So talking about setting him up. Again, if they didn't do it, we won't talk about them. If you are looking for the real enemies that I believe that some of you, the Lagos Abobakus, are looking for, is mostly you, the hypocrites. The hypocrite who knows that nothing good is really going to come out of this whole thing, other than whatever is being promised to you, or whatever you are benefiting right now, or whatever you stand to benefit. Sincerely, most of you are just following the bandwagon, something they call the mob. Why did they have to put that out? After photoshopping and all of that, after raising a rumor that, you know what I mean? Oh, if we say Tinubu has been denied the American visa, majority of people will be interested. Oh, they will be interested. No. Okay, a lot of people are interested. Now, let us prove them wrong that Tinubu can go to anywhere he wants. Do you really need a fake photoshopped document? In fact, in their circle, is there no one that is smart enough to pay attention to the details of what they're about to share to the public before they finally shared it, Abi? Now they've shared it only to further expose the man that is also demented. The reason why they will never let him, number one, have a proper interview. Number two, attend any debates. And number three, attend any event that is not coordinated by them, because it will further show what they are keeping. This was like a year ago.
Take one family member, two family members, knock on all doors, and make sure that new registration, because they may not announce to you on time, the BBC you have has expired. Yes. Yes.
Yes. PVC is permanent voters card. It doesn't expire. You only get to, if you misplace it, you get to what? You just get to go back and get a replacement for that plastic. But the sycophants, the ass lickers, boot lickers, all risers, your motivational speakers on social, those who are telling you today that your future is going to be bright in the hand of a man that is this demented. They said, yes, now, yes, it's true.
Take one family member, two family members, knock on all doors, and make sure that new registration, because they may not announce to you on time, the BBC you have has expired. Yes. Yes. You need to spread it around in various local government wards and no matter how difficult it is. To me, I look at it closely, and you look at other elections being held, you see that it's diminishing, because those cards expired. And they didn't. It's mandatory that you go and register and able to vote and achieve your aspirations. May God bless you and bless Nigeria.
So this is what I'm talking about. Now, when I say that, I don't want to pretend that that is cool. It's not even funny. It's not funny. Some of you may just laugh and all that. That is why, when I see those who are popping him and pushing and all that, all I see is just the fact that, but if that weary is rich, he go get family, just like you have the bad idiots. One of the things that you would tell in this game of their politics is the fact that it's actually not about you, the people. Even the people themselves, it's not about them. It is about revalidating the licenses of their slavery through whoever they wish to call their slave master whenever they want to, in what they call democracy. So to say, hypocrites is speaking the language of the gods. Tomorrow in London, in the Chatham House in London, like they organized for Bokwari too, where Bokwari told the people that if they gave him Nigeria, they can go to bed and sleep, right? And today, Bokwari is the president. Everybody have lost sleep, including Maiyegun, who couldn't sleep anymore and asking for the next of the next devil to come and rescue them. That's how bad it has become. And when you look at the head, then you just be like, oh my God, is there something that you could probably pick on? Nothing really. Channels Television knows right to this clip, and the credit goes to them. It's a flashback. Maybe you can be motivated too.
Yes, I want to be present. For what? Is it for Eba? Is it for Gary? Is it for beans? I don't know. I want to be present for you. Drive me there. We feel your angers when you are angry. I don't blame you. The promises of the past have failed to realize that you build the future from the onset, from the kindergarten. We cannot continue the lamentation of the past. If you have no people.
Just for a moment. For those of you who are listening to this, the man speaking is the candidate of the ruling party in Nigeria right now. So don't think he's an oppositional. He's not. He's one of the key instruments that brought in the calamity called APC. Okay? So he's running, and everything he's saying, don't think he's talking outside. He's part of the entire system. And that is why he said he's running. Is he for Dodo? Is he for Gary? Or is he for Eba? No. He said it's for you, the impoverished Nigerian.
Yes, I want to be present. For what? Is it for Eba? Is it for Gary? Is it for beans? I don't know. I want to be present for you. Drive me there. We feel your angers when you are angry. I don't blame you. The promises of the past have failed to realize that you build the future from the onset, from the kindergarten. We cannot continue the lamentation of the past. If you have no PVC, if you have no revalidation of that PVC, you don't know whether it has expired. Yeah, don't forget that there is expiry date or even on your cash points. So go and revalidate the cards. Those of you who have not registered must go there. You can't be part of 1.4 billion people on Instagram and have no card. For God's sake. We cannot continue with excuses on NEPA failure. No nation can make a development, rapid development, without electricity. Give us that. And if we cannot be successful, yes, you can abuse us. But you cannot give us erratic electricity that is undependable and then blame us again that we are lazy. No! We have enough gas to fire up our electricity. We can supply the rest of Europe with gas and we can make money. Money long time. When I started, we used to pick dead bodies on the street. Today, Lagos is one of the cleanest, one of the most progressive states. Yeah. We deserve your clap. Some of you will not have been able to sit for WAEC if not for the payment of WAEC fee by our government. You are a beneficiary. Clap for that. And you must vote.
So it's like a grandpa with dementia, remembering all he did. I bought a WAEC form for some of you. We used to pick dead body on the street of Lagos. Today, Lagos is is demented. Lagos is the dirtiest city to live in the whole world. Lagos is also rated as the the most unsafe city to raise a child in the whole world. I know, don't be me talk. Go and check it. Go and Google it. But it's demented. Now, we didn't remember last in the talk. You must vote. It's not me. It is what I see that I am actually reacting to. And what I am saying is so sick that, when people begin to try to twist it and begin to try to make it like, now maybe the dumb one, we no understand the language of the gods. For example, talking about electricity. And then at the same time, making a deposit for the roasted corn. Things that just don't match. These are the public things that Kolu expressed. They are personally, this is what I've seen, and you can't change that. And when I look at how desperate people around him are trying to make it look like, now we know what's with the talk, the more they try to, the other they walk, the flatter they fall. Because in their reaction lies the other gap, the other exposure, the other weakness, the other vulnerability, and so many other things that they are trying to patch. And most sadly, the other fraud. Could you make a sense of this? A quick one.
They spend more than $60 billion. They forget that transmission line is a super highway for generated electricity and power. They could not even make a down payment for a roasted corn for that electricity.
Does that make any sense to you? I'm looking for a clip. I hope I still have the clip. And I can ask you to make a tiny, just a little bit comparison. So, okay, I have a bit of it. and it's this particular one.
Livestock.
Huh?
Livestock.
National livestock.
I will talk about it. He doesn't know. He doesn't. I think he doesn't know.
These are all directed at Mr. President. So corruption, yes, let me. No. He can talk for
He
himself.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well,
He doesn't know.
I think
But do you know something? In fairness to Bokwari was a little bit coordinated, that Bokwari was not running away from public conversation, even though he was choosing which ones or which one. But whichever one that is really major, that's like, public town hall, where other candidates will be there, Bokwari will be there. They have something called the candidates whenever they are choosing their candidates in Nigeria. So they are choosing their president in Nigeria. The candidate will go to a particular program called the candidates. Tinubu has run away from that. It's not Tinubu. It is the people around him. They are doing everything so desperately to cover up his inefficiencies, his dementia and others. So if you look at me and look straight into my eyes and say, Maiyegun, that's your problem. It's going to be your president. I'm going to be, good luck with that. At least you are probably one of those who have survived the Bokwari APC, Egbekegbe, so far. You are still alive, Abi. Good luck with that. But the bottom line is this. Would you say all that are so obvious are not real? No, you won't say that. Because even Kalu himself, when he has just about a 40 seconds organized brain that he could speak, he confessed that, listen, I don't look at this social media. They are too scrutinizing. And yes, we are too scrutinizing, looking into everything. And where they shake, leg where they shake, anything where they shake, and the whole thing where not coordinate. You can't change that and begin to say, now we too they overreact. The man himself knows the truth, and he runs away from it all the time.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
That's it. I know they talk a lot about me, but I get high blood pressure. I get so angry. Why are these children talking about me like this? Are these not the children I paid their WAEC fee, even though he didn't? But let's now say he did. Let's assume that he did. Okay, he did, partly. What are the results today when you now have 133 million poor Nigerians? In that bracket, you also have over 86 million Nigerians who are currently unemployed, and most of them unemployable. That's another one that some of you have actually not paid attention to. You have unemployed Nigerians, and you also have unemployable Nigerians. Some of you are graduates, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Some of you from that Lagos, who they paid your WAEC fee. Oshoba paid my own WAEC fee. And it was because they promised their free education. And my WAEC fee back then, and I think it was 1,200 naira. into year 2000, okay, 1,200 naira. My school fees back then was 150 naira, even though I was poor. We were poor. I used to be the last person to pay the school fees until I got sent away, beaten and all that. Fine. But towards when I got to SS3, they decided that, okay, they are going to implement their 1999 promise in 2000. So we're the first beneficiary. I did our second, maybe. But majority of us, we can't get that WAEC. Some of us, eventually, some of us, because we're so poor, we never had to go ahead and go to the university or further it. Some of us actually furthered, got a different degree, this one and that one everywhere. And guess what? 20 years after that, or 22 years after that, I can tell you this free of charge. Many of us are now older. I'm 37. I've got some of my mates who are currently like maybe in their 40s, 42, 45. I mean, not 45, 42, 40. Share you get. Now, I have those who are of that my age group who are now in that bracket of the unemployed, unemployable Nigerians today. Think about that if you are watching me right now. Share you get. So those who suffered, you know, to become graduates, many of them ended up as Okada riders. Some of them, like myself, we ended up away from Yoruba land because of what Nigeria finally showed us when we turned. You know, when we were teenagers. You know, the moment you're like, I'm a senior. Then you are a senior. Then, sorry about my clip, okay? It keeps doing that. I don't know what is, you know. Give me a sec. I'm going to go fix it. I'm coming back.
And the only way out for us is to continue to do that in the next 4 years. This particular aspirant, as you all know, you can go and check it. The records are there. This is somebody that has been arrested for spending fake American dollars in a nightclub in America, and he's been detained for months. And he knows that he has won mock shots for months before this whole thing was quenched. He's also known that he doesn't have the competence to do what he's being propelled to do. The records are there in Bagara General Hospital. This is somebody that has gone for rehabilitation before. We don't want to go too far, but we know. Are we not? Now the truth is this. We don't want to talk about all the things that we know, but we know that, you know, our leadership should have a rethink. Because the truth is this. I will not stand here on the mandate of Lagosians and then allow our great party APC to fritter away down.
Ambode, thank you very much for holding that, holding my microphone for me for a moment before. And I would really wish that my video is going to stop flicking. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know if it is my voice that is making that happen or something else. No, that's not good. It is not good. Okay. I'm going to take another short break. A quick one. Don't go anywhere until I fix this. Anyway, let's manage it for a moment before I change it over. I'm going to do that in a moment. Okay. So we have so many of us who actually today are struggling after doing everything they were told to do. Go to school, do everything. All this thing you are suffering today, it is going to be to your own favor. Tomorrow, once you become a graduate, the story changed. And you know the story today. A lot of people are having to even though it's almost the same all over the world, but the reward for all those hard work that you put into it, and compared to the opportunity you have access to as well, I will tell you that it was all almost for nothing. So the mentored Baba and the Ranis and those who are packaging him, they are the people who are giving us the talking point to further ask you to look into the lies. And if you build any expectation based on the lie, you shouldn't turn around and blame anybody and say somebody pushed you or pushed this onto you and the rest, when you actually have other options too. In a way, unemployment in Nigeria is a serious thing. And as many people turn to political jobbers today, even the man that has the deepest pockets, the most money, his solution to end unemployment in Nigeria is actually this one.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot
is able to operate a tractor. See, if you are watching on Facebook and you see some Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the humbled slaves, the obedient fools, the sophisticated morons, don't waste your energy on them. Listen, don't waste it. They have all metamorphosed into what we now call the bat idiots. And that is even worse than the Buhari idiots. Imagine when a bacteria or a virus mutates. They say it mutates. When it mutates and transforms to something more tougher, as they will say, suffer no dey tire people. And as it is, people destined for doom. In a way, you should not waste your energy on them. Some of them, the drug dealer, the drug baron, the money launderer for the drug dealers, Tinubu, is the example of leadership that they would love to associate with Yoruba. But look at me very well. Are you with me? The real Yoruba sons and daughters, they will tell you, they would never want to be associated with anyone or anything that has to do with drugs, that has to do with embezzlement, corruption for real. The real Yorubas will reject them. But you see all this dredge that you see, the criminals who have taken over the political space, the likes of Tinubu, kidnappers, looters, criminals, and the rest, they are their role models. Look at them one by one, including Willis, who ran away from the lunatic homes abroad, drug abusers, who have returned back to Nigeria to become their leaders. Let me tell you something. That is why you should never take them serious. They don't speak for Yoruba people. Unfortunately, the criminals they call their role models currently hold the levelers of power in Yoruba land. But I can tell you this, it is probably not going to be for long any longer. Are you with me? So if you are watching on Facebook and you see one Olori Bruko Omo Alijati Jati, that will always possibly ready to sell their father for any amount of porridge, no matter how small. We have seen it before. We see it all the time. These are the Olori Brukus who have taken over our political space in Yoruba land. These are the Olori Brukus who are backing the criminals who continue to what? To negotiate a terrible worst of the worst deals for the people of Yoruba land when they share the poverty of Nigeria. As rich as we're supposed to be, the Yoruba people ended up having to share the chunk of the unemployment, the poverty, the underdevelopment, and so on and so forth. The Olori Brukus who are parading themselves as your leaders in Yoruba land politically, they are comfortable with that. And with the crumbs falling off their tables, right? If you see any of these Omuali, Jatis on social media calling you Omuali because of Tinubu, don't sweat. Don't sweat. One of them was, let me tell you this, the one that is the governor in Lagos State. They told us that is fake dollar passer in America, a criminal. I'm talking about Sonweiku. He is also a deranged somebody we get shoko. I didn't say that. They said that. And you cannot tell me that you know Sonweiku more than Kode Abi, Umbo Kode again. You can't say you know them better, Abi. Now, when they talk about themselves, it's an opportunity for us to know that Olori Bruku, some of you are defending if you are not Olori Brukus like them. The governor, the one in Ogun State, is the former credit card fraudster in America. Stolen identity, dubious Dakwa of Ogun State. When he did, it was actually like convict. What's be his name again? Bobby Brown. I'll be waiting be the name where him they bear for America then. The governor of Ogun State right now, dubious Dakwa. So when dubious Dakwa finally became your governor, even though he is also one of the indicted subsidy criminals in Nigeria, those who looted your subsidy money. You remember? You don't, because some of you with little crumbs, your memory is completely lost. So don't waste your energy on them. Now, just within 2 years, there is another one. They call him Rufai. Bidemi Rufai. You remember his story? That guy that became PA to dubious Dakwa, a notorious 419er in America. Yeah, you haven't read his story, Abi? He was contesting to be the House of Representatives member from Ijebu, in Abuja. Honorable. The Olori Bruku is a thief in America, stealing from the poor people in America. But in Nigeria, this Ashiris, this in your lessons that are calling you Omali because of Tinubu, their role models are criminals. And because they have the level of the political space today, that shouldn't stop you from speaking out as a Yoruba man. They don't speak for me. I'm a Yoruba man. They don't speak for me. And I don't think they speak for you too. They want to use politics. He actually told the American court, Rufai, he told the American court, he said, in Nigeria, where you are, it is normal to be corrupt. It is normal to be a criminal like that. Like it is natural, it's normal. And if you want to clean your criminality, go into politics. That is why he went into politics and he wasted so much money. Coronavirus came in America. They were giving money to the people affected by the coronavirus. The Olori Bruku PA to dubious Dakwa in Ogun State collecting $2,000 every month as salary. When some of you, the vuvu sellers, elebis, crumb beaters, crumb chasers, 10,000 naira, rogues on social media, some of you don't even get the 10,000 naira. You are so worse off that some of the time I just feel so sorry for you. The fraudster became PA when he lost his election under APC. All past criminals, all present criminals. Bide Mirufai was collecting almost over $2,000 as salary in Ogun State for being PA to dubious Dapo. And on the side also, he is collecting $50,000 if you want to see dubious Dapo for any criminal, whatever, arrange how you want to collect your own share and you go give him your own share. Seriously, true story. So if you see them on social media calling anybody Omale, look at the Olori Brukus that they are following. And look at the Olori Brukus, old and young, in different parts of Yoruba land. For example, look at the Olori Brukus that they are calling you Omale for. And look at Yoruba land and what they have done to Yoruba people. So don't waste your energy and be typing, you are mad. No, I get answer for them. When you see them face to face, tell them, if you are looking for Omuale, Omo Iran, àwọn mojo rolari ton pera won ni ola niran. The ones that believe that stealing from the people, right, is quite your right, and then you can give them crumbs and just to show that God blessed you to steal from them. Àwọn ọmọ ìran kíran, àwọn alápámá ṣiṣẹ́, the lazy bombs that the system created to feed from the crumbs. Show it to them, that they don't speak for you wherever you see them. But stop typing and wasting that. Okay, I bet this one is enough for you. So we know the criminals. We know all of them. Dig into them. Look into them very well. And then when you speak out, they will say, but that was then now. He who never committed the sin should cast the first stone. That first stone, that first stone will kill you. With that nonsense religious madness that some of you love to throw into it quickly when you want to defend the Olori Bruku leader. So call us Somali, call this, but just tell them to look in the mirror. Egbon, ewo mirror. Omuale Yoba is the one that we say is against Tinubu. Egbon ewo mirror. Aye yin ti ta pa o. Kan ti money. Anyway, talking about the poverty, the weaponization of poverty, the effect of this weaponization on all of us, whether you support them or you don't, we all share in this. The consequences of this Olori Brukus radaradas that will defend the criminals who have made life a hell for them. And even if they are like a dying relics, you should never be the one to cower under the bullish, no matter what they use, the word, the physical, whatever. You must be bold enough with what you know and say, Abaye fetani. As I'm a Yoruba, we are Yoruba, we are Igbo, we are this and that, we are Christians. If you say that quickly, just let them know, say, Omo, abiti efe bajeni. Are you trying to because I'm a Yoruba, show madini? Automatically, you will see their true picture because it is not actually because of Yoruba. It is not because of Igbo. It is not because of anyone. Whatever agenda you put up, you are just setting yourselves up. None of them is in any way related to Nigeria. But build agenda, build this, build that. If anybody won't come, they try to profile you because of these roads. Babako change you self change them for them. I'm talking about the physical one. No, not too nice. Or if they won't take them too far, you know what to do. Walk away. It's not really worth it. But at the end of the day, there is a two-way to it, or two things that will come out of this. You following these relics and the consequences of what is coming, you should, at the same time with your choice, pick and remember what the consequences of your choices will be. You should know that there will be consequences. Elections, they say, have consequences. With your own charade, it has many consequences. In this case, you are not going to be spared. But as for you, who is not actually like jumping into the bandwagon of this charade, having heard all you know, having known what you know, listen to me. You can also prepare yourself for the consequences of this whole thing, because it's going to be brutal, and it's never going to separate anyone from another, except for those who probably are prepared. There are those who are prepared for what is likely going to happen eventually when they force you down this road. Tifnumbu, Atifko, or even Obi. Because it is mostly, if you know, the characters of the antecedent of the characters forcing and telling you about this election, that actually means something. At the same time, they don't actually matter in the scheme of things when it comes to the fraudulent system called Nigeria system, which is different totally from whatever feeling you are having right now, that you feel like the moment Bokwari is out, Kolu comes in, Atifku comes in, or Obi comes in, then the whole thing is going to, nah. That is one of the worst naivety I can say, that I can say that people are expressing, including yourself. Nothing is going to change. Nigeria system is put in place for the selected minute few, while the majority are going to remain just statistics that just serve as servitude, and you can die, perish, ruined. It doesn't really change the scheme of things until the entire system itself actually goes down. So you knowing all of this, not investing your emotion, your energy, your resources into any of this charade, at the same time, you must be prepared. Because when this whole thing comes crashing, like this period of Bokwari that has spared no one, whether you supported them or not, more people have been killed in the last 7 years than what you have seen in the last 12 years of the terrorism in Nigeria. It has become a big industry. You have lived to see that. People are no longer just being killed in a particular part of the country. People are being killed with the same mode of operation, what called MO, with the same style, all over the place. And it could happen anytime. That used to be something that is so impossible. Now, the system allowed it. It is just going to build on it. And the result of that is that whether you supported them or you didn't support them, at the end of the day, you are just a minute or a moment away from becoming a victim of what Nigerian system represents. And this is the bigger picture, the one that says, since you know, listen, you must then be prepared for the backlash or the fallover of this old bubble of one Nigeria. They can't keep it together for too long. The poverty is escalating. More people are now poorer. In 7 years of APC, using number, we now have 133 million people living in extreme poverty. Do you know what that means? It simply means that the people are going to go to bed. A lot of families are going to bed tonight, including children, without food. That's not something that would ever help your mental development. And no wonder, look at the population, look at the people. When you begin to speak to them about, or you begin to talk to them about something so important, they have no mental capacity to engage you in a very, not all of them, I'm just saying, the vast population have no mental capacity. They have no patience. They have nothing that it takes to engage in any productive conversation. Because most thing that they care about is, how am I going to feed tonight? What am I going to give my children tonight? How am I going to pay my house rent this end of this month? What am I going to give to, they are more worried about what is it going to be like to go to bed tonight without food. Is it going to be like last night? Last week? What is it going to be like? These are the things that bother them. than other things that some of us talk about here, technically and otherwise, that you'll be like, oh, that's sensible. They just sound sensible to you, but the practicability of it, the strength, the mental capacity, vast population don't have it because they are raised in the worst, the most extreme condition that people have been subjected to, including mental stimulation. I've been a mental depreciation. A lot of these are the effects you are seeing everywhere today. Don't be surprised. I'm not a doctor, but can you add all this together? And are you saying they don't make sense to you? When children are not eating fine or eating well, talking of eating regularly, how then do you think they're going to really develop mentally? Like, for real? Or more? It affects many of us. So some of us never started developing mentally until we left Nigeria. The only mental development many of us had in Nigeria is the mentality of survivor. Oh, I must survive. Anything where you go take, I must survive. Oh, Baba. My mama suffer, my papa suffer. I don't suffer, I don't see shege. My children must not see shege. Now we thinking Johnny be that, and we thinking Johnny be that. Because Johnny was like, I don't go return back to that place if I don't make them. That's the only thing we have. So in most cases, so many of us ended up having to get access or have access to big money in the process. But the mental capacity to manage it, to maintain it, we couldn't. Some of you are not probably, you probably didn't expect me to take you there, right? I am talking about how much Nigeria or the worst Nigeria system did to us. And it is deliberate. Nothing is by accident. Okay? It's all deliberate. Everything is deliberate. The product of that is because they want a population that cannot really ask questions. Always angry, but no substance. Maiyegun, so what's happening now? Why are you angry? I say, talk, calm down, talk. I don't know. I'm just angry. Why? Have you eaten? No. But then give you food. What you want, chop? Anything we do. Oh, yeah, chop. Then 10, 20 minutes later, they come back and say, Maiyegun, what I was trying to explain earlier was just because I was hungry. I couldn't really put the whole point together. And it's like people are not getting me, so it's getting me angry. That's what they wanted you to be. That's how they raised you. That's how they conditioned you. It is all deliberate, I believe. So that system then created the kind of people that will see political activities as an opportunity. You know what I mean? It's not long ago. I mean, Obi no they give chichi. That's what we heard. Obedience don't give chichi. They've proved that. But you have characters that are like real typical Nigerians. And they are promising to take you to a Nigeria that is far, far better than that of Atiku or that of Bokwari or Tifnumbu. Trying to add old wine into new bottle, adding some shine to it is likely not going to make it anywhere different. And that's where I said the system itself, entrenched system of pilfering, entrenched system of kleptocracy. Therefore, there will always be accusation of money. Here, money there, money here and there. You know, Donyi Okupe, who somehow, miraculously by chance, became the spokesperson for Peter Obi. Obi terete, Obi ile Awolowo, Obi gbogbo wa la mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀, Obi mo ti jẹun bẹ́ẹ̀, Obi tó bá fẹ́ kí wọ́n, Obi terente. Donyi Okupe. You know Donyi? Right. Donyi Okupe happened to be the first person that received the obedience for a cross of forgiveness. Donyi Okupe happened to be one of the Nigeria thieves, official, career thief. He was advisor to Obasanjo, made small money. then became advisor to Jonathan. Made so much money. In 2015, Okupe in his stride said, and if you see locomotive, you see small train. So you see the train, they walk now. They complain that they are locomotive. Manager like that, Nigeria never do for better train. I beg. I have that video, but that's not what I want to talk about tonight. People hated him for it. All that kind of reactions. That was 7 years ago. Bokwari has brought in more locomotive for you, like here and there. And in Lagos, they are getting some other, like a nice looking Tokumbo, you know what I mean, train and tram, all for good. But in 2015, Okupe cashed out like everyone else. You see that one? Where they Arise Television. What's that his name again? The one that became deputy governor to Buruji Kashamu. They wanted a drug baron back then. You remember him? Abati. That is his name. Abati. When they were cashing out from Dasuki, the Father Christmas Dasuki, Okupe collected there nearly 800 million naira. You see the koto, whether they drag him or drag his blocos or drag his everything or Okupe no see shishi payback. Other people don't they pay back small. Okupe no see shishi, he don't broke. Officially, quote me. Sure you get. Anytime we Okupe talk for social media, omo, na fase, gbos. If Okupe say, good morning, my fellow, this, and that, everybody, all this, even obedient, then, before obedient came to be, oman koboni, Okupe. Okupe said he got to a point, Okupe said they were bullying him on social media. But because of the shege that Nigerian youth have seen under Bokwari, and somehow, Obi, the best thing that happened to humanity after sliced bread, is the man of the moment, is the celebrity. Everybody just wants to hate him when many others said they like him. Is the competition of the popularity. Omo, anybody, anything will be touch changes to the right thing. Anything will be stay away from. Baba, you must be strong enough before you go touch that thing. And anybody will obedient, forgive. May I not lie you. It is very close to like saying, God forgive you. Forget it, everything clear. Forget. You know, Mata, shut up your mouth. Cry me a river. Maiyegun, cry me a river. You can cry from now. I'm your friend. Don't abuse me. But if you abuse me, you won't be the first. I'm used to that anyway. I'm just trying to paint your picture for you. Cry me a river. You can cry today, cry tomorrow, cry next week, cry next month, cry next year. Obi is going to be our president. I say, right. I'm not crying. It's not me. I'm just talking about how much many of you are setting yourselves up for the later day outbreak. You know the glass where they break. I'm not going to mock you. I love what you are doing. I love the fact that you, the airport, add blood pressure to the people where we say, they're the kingmakers. Now, them, anything where they decide, get choice. So I like that. But that's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making is that a lot of people have received only forgiveness. All things you know about them, forget that. They are now working to make Nigeria better. Well, surprisingly, somehow, Ogun State, where do you come from? They disagreed. They said, don't you never change you? Don't you never change you? Don't you don't collect our money? They said, but we know they give Chichi now, but come on, man. Chichi is that it's not going to buy your vote. It's not going to pay you to come and, all that stuff, right? It's not going to do that. That's what they said, Abi. But Labour Party Ogun State, which obedient, don't tear them into whatever shred they could tear them into. But the guy was explaining what happened. Say, don't you go never change you? Don't you go don't steal our money? Listen to them. That's not me. That's from them. Somebody who is a member of that dear club.
Because I have a chart sent to me by him, and explaining that he was personally funding the mobilization of members from Ogun State, Ekiti State, Ondo State, and Osun State for the Oyo State rally. And that there is no official amount approved for these states. But 20 million was approved for the state, for Ogun State specifically.
To mobilize how many people?
To mobilize their members.
How many people were you expected to
mobilize? We made an estimation of 200. I mean, because he said we should get members. We should get 200 buses to mobilize our members. We made an estimation. It was turned down. I said it was too far high up. It was reduced to 100 buses. We forwarded to him. He still rejected it and said no, that there is no fund, that he is personally going to fund it. And he came up with an estimation of 5,195,000
to take care of 100
to take
buses.
Care of, not 100, wherever it can go to. That was what he could afford, since he's personally funding that expenditure. We are grateful that he's spending his money for the party, 5,195,000. But where is?
Did he eventually spend that amount?
It was less than that. About 4 million plus was what we gathered that was given.
But not to
me, because it's so appalling that the budget we did, that we said, okay, if every member that goes there, a certain amount should be given to them, at least 5,000 as a token. But he said no, 1,000 will be given. And we said that's ridiculous. I, as the chairman of the party, cannot say I'm going to be in that position and be giving 1,000 naira to every member who left their home to go to Ibadan. And he said it's for feeding. I said that's appalling.
Is this the practice for Labour Party members? Because what seems to be out there is that as far as supporters of Peter Obi,
as far as they are concerned, they know they give shishi. Which kind of thing be this that could it be that some people are making money over your head as you are doing obedient, spending your money, raising money here and there to mobilize people to your rallies, to your work and everything? Could some people actually be cashing out on you by somehow? Which one is give everybody 1,000 naira? Me, I know. Share you get. I know. When I was in Nigeria, even till now, we know they are still doing it. You don't just tell anybody to come and go to rally for you. Nobody they go to any free rally anywhere until obedience came. These young people, and I've never seen anywhere they shared money and gave anybody money. I haven't. If you have seen them, you can share. Until now, when they are now labor, could some people be actually making money over your head as you are doing all this, Anyway, they decided to suspend Okupe. Now them bring light to, according to now they bring light business to Labour Party. Now them give you this breath and all of that thing you are going to enjoy now. You better don't bite the finger that fed you. Are you the crazy? Who know you before now? So they wielded the big stick. All of that thing with that guy they talk now nonsense. Okupe is still the leader of Labour Party. It's politics. So I'm speaking from the point of, from the perspective of somebody who actually know the real politics behind this whole thing. Could you be making this bet for these criminals simply because you have this forgiving heart and you want to rescue Nigeria from APC? Egbe is your world. Here is what their national leadership said. Forget Ogun State nonsense that they're doing is still their leader.
It has come to the attention of the national leadership of the party that the Ogun State chapter of the Labour Party has purportedly suspended one of the leader, or one of the party member who happens to be the Director General of the Presidential Campaign Council. The Ogun State chapter has acted outside its constitutional jurisdiction. The party has internal conflict resolution mechanism of handling cases against party members as enshrined in the party's constitution. Therefore, the suspension of Dr. Doyin Okupe from the party by the Ogun State chapter is null and void. He still remains a card-carrying member of the Labour Party and the Director General of the Presidential Campaign Council. The party is solidly united and are behind its leadership and the leadership of the Presidential Campaign Council. We are also not unaware of attempts by our opposition in some political parties to infiltrate the party structure at all levels. Since it has become obvious that the chances of the Labour Party's candidates emerging victorious in the upcoming general election is becoming brighter day by day. The party leadership will do everything within its powers to ensure that our cohesion is not tampered with and will not be distracted by the antics of the opposition candidate until all our candidates becomes victorious in the 2023 general election, inshallah. The Ogun chapter have fell short of contacting the party. Our constitution has enshrined in it a conflict resolution mechanism and disciplinary procedures. Before you discipline any member of the party, there are certain procedures that you have to follow. You have to follow by querying, you are just calling for and other procedures, and that has not been followed. No any complaint has been written by the state chapter or his ward to the local government, to even the state, to indict any of the members. So we are not unaware of what is going on, but we are telling you categorically that the national headquarters of the party is not aware of what they are doing. They are doing it on their own, and we are going to set up a committee. The NWC will sit down, set a committee, and then appropriate disciplinary action will be taken against the perpetrators in the state ESCO. We're going to pitch them out and take appropriate disciplinary action against the state ESCO. That will do it very soon. Thank you.
Well, that explained it, Abi. Because it's more or less like, if I say they won't use you people to come and derail our program and the rest, not now that everyone wants OB and all that. Anyway, I'm going to go to the next part of this conversation, which is going to be me opening the line, and you can call in, okay? So, normally, let me say something to you. If you are watching me on YouTube, if you see anyone, especially if you see any one with an Igbo name, right, that suddenly dropped a comment to attack Maiyegun, let me give you their background. The first thing is that you need to read the comment very well. In the coming days, you are likely going to see more people like that. And some of you will be acting surprised. Who is this one? You see that one that said, Okenwa, Unwa Chineke. You have my attention, okay? But I'll tell you something. Usually, in the past, when I started MaiyegunsDiary Politico, I used to get distracted by people who somehow just want to take a jibe at Maiyegun on the conversation that is unrelated to whatever we are talking about. But I later learned how to handle people like you, okay? I'll tell you. I know that this MaiyegunsDiary Politico, and everybody knows, is not officially Oduduwa Nation or Yoruba Nation campaign platform. We all know that, Okay. Now, when you see any Igbo name, whether the person is Igbo or is not Igbo, sure you get, when you see any Igbo name that come onto MaiyegunsDiary Politico and deliberately attack Maiyegun, this is their background. This guy said that you are doing your own Yoruba nation on YouTube. And I think that should go to all of you who call yourself agitators for Yoruba nation or even for Biafra. Okay, Maiyegun is a vlogger. And all the time, I have made it very clear to so many of you that MaiyegunsDiary Politico treats almost all issues that explain the disjointed and almost ruined state of Nigeria that we are witnessing today, in which it cut across Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, Fulani, East, North, West, in all these places. For those who have known Maiyegun for the past 10 years on this platform. So which means, I would say, my platform is so big and bigger than some of you who now turned social media or YouTube into a money-making sort of a linked agitation. So don't link me to that. You are confusing yourself. If you come to Maiyegun and you say, you are doing your Yoruba nation agitation on YouTube, show madini. What kind of disrespect is that? You are talking to somebody who actually motivated some of the morons that are now your supposed social media agitators, declaration and declarers and the rest of them. This platform motivated some of them to even be able to bold enough to understand what to even talk about. Until then, and look at me as a vlogger, my content make other people money. Social media and all of these places, which I speak into, right? Whatever I get from there, I can use that to, whatever my content gives to me as a vlogger. I'm not your agitator. Show madini. Is it not just about a year or 2 years ago that some of you lunatics on social media creating your own different government abroad, and somehow feel like Maiyegun is attacking? I'm not attacking you. I'm exposing you. And I have not even started. I was just scratching it. If I use whatever money I make on my platform, whatever fund comes through me, through my platform, nobody pays the rent of Maiyegun. Maiyegun pays the rent of the people that Nigeria has happened to, whether they are Hausa, Igbo, or Yoruba. Go and check that out. So if you come onto MaiyegunsDiary Politico, it is an insult to start with for you to even think, I am in any space with all your fake agitators, money-making fraudsters. On MaiyegunsDiary Politico, whenever it is time to help people, you know what we do? We come together. We pull our resources together, including my own money. Then we channel them to people we don't know or we will never even meet. In the process, on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, including people I've never met and I probably will never meet, my platform has managed to raise fund that is in excess of over 25 million naira to help people I don't know and I've never met and may never meet, because I've got friends who are interested in doing that. Anything else you feel like, trust me, you just wish Maiyegun is, or let me say, one of your favorites is like that Maiyegun for you. I won't be, okay? So I pay people's rent, I pay people's this or that from the little and the excess I have to share, right? And you shouldn't link that to any agitation, any of this, your fraudulent job. And if you are a Biafran and you are saying that to me, attacking, is it because some of these idiots on social media, on Zoom, where una come together and say you are signing defense agreement, Biafra and Odudua? I haven't even got to that. So if you are watching me on YouTube right now, I want to advise you, when you see names like that, and when you see comments like that, just know where they are coming from. They are still coming, okay? But we are in December already. Are you with me? The wind is blowing, and it is about to expose what some of you are likely not going to be comfortable with. Anyway, I am going to take a quick break. Now, when I get back, I'm going to give you the updates on where we stopped last night. On this platform, the members of the temple agreed that we should come together and pull our resources together and see how many families can be reached out to, supported, and helped back in Yoruba land. So when we started this last night, it actually gave us on Give, Send, Go, the popular one you have there. It gave us about I've mixed that. On PayPal, rather, it gave us 540 pounds last night. On our, what's that one again? Cash App. On Cash App, we have a total of 252 pounds. Now, on this Give, Send, Go, I am going to say that we have raised over 400 pounds. So you can say 405 pounds. Now let's add all of them together. Roughly, in my own estimate, right? We have managed to raise about 1,200 pounds sterling, including the ones we raised through or via the Diaspora Radio bank account. Now let me tell you why sometimes doing good in this manner kind of go a long way. We have a union here. We call it a Yoruba union. It is not a union that is going to declare your Yoruba nation. It's not an agitation union, okay? It is called an intervention group, which we believe that if the message of the Yoruba sovereign nation is to be helped in the grassroots, there are some other programs that could come with it. In this case, that could get us so closer to the real, to our people and tell them one-on-one why it is ideal. It is, in fact, the right thing to do, right? Including what they say to their own children. It is the right thing to do, to stand up, especially when the opportunity presents itself, which is going to be soon, that they stand on the right part of the history and stand with Yoruba nation, a nation that is going to be probably that's going to decide the future that they're going to feature in, so to say. They can be part of that. Now, getting our messages closer to them, helping the real people who are doing the job, because there are real people who are doing the job, making all the efforts to ensure that all of this becomes something that will be, sort of grounded and homegrown. We just want to help. And in our way of helping, last night, we raised over 1 million naira. Prior to that, I made a sort of down payment of or down contribution of 1 million naira from this platform. So, which means for this particular project, this platform is giving 1 million naira, and then we are raising more from our own purse. So we now have 2 million naira or more. When you talk about people who just all talk, no action, don't touch us, or don't point your fingers at us, okay? On this platform, we have paid millions of naira as a legal fee for people or to support them. The latest or the recent among them, one is Oloye Sunday Igboho. The other one, another person that we have actually reached out to from our generosity on MaiyegunsDiary Politico, which I am very proud of, is that of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the IPOB, the real IPOB. I don't know others. So, sure you get. So we've reached out to them and we have the receipt. So that is what our generosity can do, or what our generosity have done, and what it can do. Make her go make another tea. And remember, you are not donating to Maiyegun. Whatever you are giving here is like you are giving it into a bank. I am just the olden bay. You know how to follow the money. That's what we do, isn't it? So if you have any questions, you can ask. The line is going to be open soon when I come back, okay? Every penny you give is voluntary, okay? And you can always cancel it and take your money back whenever you want. This is the update. When I come back, I'll take calls. And if you have one, don't hide behind your keypad. Pick up the phone if you have the lever. At least while you are typing. Why not pick up the phone and call in? We'll have one-on-one. So that you can tell me all your fraudulent agitators, criminals on social media, infiltrators, imposters, and the rest of you who are living in your own bubble, by the way. You can phone in and probably have a chat with me. How about that? Would you? I'll be expecting your call. Or more weary. So we can go make that tea. Don't go anywhere.
Say baba is alright, Mata go kwa ho, Osaba we that go go kwa. Kidnapper President Buhari, kidnapper President Buhari, Obi kidnapper President Buhari, kidnapper President Buhari, Mr. Ballot Buhari, kidnapper say baba, when they boom body, kidnapper President Buhari, when Buhari enter, don't enter. Buhari go no shit good. Buhari only Marawo. Ewe Buhari yo Buhari yo. Looking down from Politico. London police now Buhari to Buhari. I don't worry them. Ozamana de Betagaya Nora, Mana de Betagaya. Ozamana de Betagaya Nora, Ozamana de Betagaya Nora, Ozamana de Betagaya Nora, Ozamana de Betagaya Nora, Ozamana de Betagaya Nora. Mana de Dora, Ozamana de Betegaya Nora, Mana de Betegaya Nora, Ozamana de Betegaya Nora, Mana de Betegaya Nora, holy, 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 Nandekano is another holy, holy. Holy, holy, Allah the Kanu is another Savior. Holy, 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 Allah the Kanu is a
Prince Jejeman there in Croydon. I think they were in Croydon yesterday to show their usual public, disagreement. Or let me say the public call for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, something that is dedicated his time, his resources, right, almost every day to us. So hello there.
Hello. Is that Maiyegun?
Yeah, this is Maiyegun live.
Hello. I have been watching you for over many.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Many years.
Okay, yeah.
I really, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear. All of us can hear you too, sir. You didn't tell us your name or where you are calling from, but that's fine if you don't want to.
Yeah, I'm calling from Republic of Ireland. My name is Sunday David.
Oh, brilliant.
I just came back from work. Actually, I don't know the real topic today, but I normally follow you. Maybe I can watch it later on. But the reason, and this is my first time of calling you, but the main reason why I call you, it may not be today's topic, is that I know that you are from Ogun State.
Yes, I am.
I don't know, maybe you know that Dangote cement.
Yes,
you know that Dangote. Yeah, in Papa Lao, I don't know the name
Papa
of that place.
But and all those places, I do, yeah.
Yeah, when you pass through that side, when you look at that place, see a lot of clouds, very dusty. You see people living around that place. I think they are going to die untimely death. Maybe the people that are supposed to spend maybe 80 years, they will spend 50 years. And they have environmental inspector, serious stuff of something cannot happen in Western world. What are the Ogun State governor? What are they looking? Why can't they think of what they can do for people? you will see a lot of people around that side. They will die untimely death, all because of Dangote, and they are making billions in that place.
Because they don't
Can
care
they see all those things that is?
They don't care. Nobody care about them. I've seen that place. If you are passing through Shagamu, between Shagamu and Ogijo, that's another part where you will see the Lafarge Cement or something there. They have a company there, right? And if you see what people have been going through there for the past 20 years, sir, and the money they are making in that part of Shagamu area too, then you will realize that Nigeria doesn't like us.
Because I don't even know. You even when you see cement, you see all these things, they will have heart problem and they will die on timely death. And they have governors.
No
they see all this. There is no, and they don't even care. Okay, for example, look at, because like me, I build house around that Songo.
Right.
You will look at all these people. What was the problem with all these Ogun State, most especially politicians? You see, because they're supposed to be making big money from Lagos State, but because for example, like Tinubu, if this man really loves Yoruba, they're supposed to be thinking of how to develop Yoruba, or maybe let's say Yoruba Union, that everything they see in Lagos State, they have to see it in
every part of Yoruba land.
They have to see in every.
Yes, sir. There is a program. There is actually a book. They call them Dawn. Okay, there is a group called Dawn in Yoruba land. In 2005, they developed a document. This document actually captured the entire Yoruba landscape, the people, the resources in Yoruba land, the roads, the rails, and the sea, and every other thing that could be used and annexed for development of Yoruba land. They now put everything in that book. What was needed was for all the Yoruba governors to come together, and certify that as a means, including security, certify that and put their resources together and build all these infrastructures within Yoruba land. But they have only been using them for campaign material. Every time they need something to say, Yoruba land will get this, Yoruba will get that, they'll go to that book and push something out and show Yorubas. When they get what they want, they dump them. There is actually a book, sir. There is one.
Because you see, after all these
sorry.
With
we missed what you said in that part, but go on, sir.
I said from Babawolowo and Jakonde Babajashin period. Apart from all those people, Yoruba, they don't have any good leader anymore. You see all this from Tinubu era, because I remember when you go to this place, you will see Jakonde house. You will see all these schools that you see, it was built by Jakonde. I didn't believe it was Tinubu, they will take all those lands. Look at that Lagos Poly, that one very close to, is it my 12 or Tinubu took the place and turned it to TVC TV. You see all these people, I normally imagine myself that, how much did they need before they die? You see all these people, because when you see all these Yoruba children, okay, look at every sensitive position in Nigeria now. It was foreigner. You see all these Aboki, go there, you will see they are the one. And all these people that supported Tinubu, can they ask them question? Our people, they qualify, they will not pick them there.
No.
If your name don't start with Mohammed or Abubakar, there is no place for you. I was listening to what's the name of this man, Bashar Lawan. He said a lot of people believe that if they wanted to Ismailize Nigeria or something like that, maybe is to change name. He said no. He said there are some key posts that if you are a Christian, if you are not a Muslim, you can't hold that post.
Yes.
All those stuff is happening now. So, but our politicians, all these people, most especially Yoruba, you look at how a lot of our people, no job, nothing, and they don't care.
But they pretend to care. They pretend. They will say they will give them job, 30,000 naira job, and then you see these hundreds of thousands of young people looking forward to that 5,000 job. And I just look like a man. It is well. Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you
very much. Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate, and God will continue to help you and help your family as well.
And thank you very much for your time too, and your family too as well. So now the line is still opened. Okay, I have said it. Okay, don't hide. What trolls, what they do most of the time is they hide behind their keypad. Okay. And most of the low lives too, they hide behind their keypad. If you feel like you have something you want to share, you can pick up the phone and call in. I mean, it's free. It's WhatsApp call. You can call in and let's actually hear from you. Okay, so it is completely wrong for you to come on to MaiyegunsDiary Politico and think you are looking at a freedom fighter. I don't fight for anybody's freedom. I'm not your freedom fighter. I'm not your human rights fighter, but I can be your friend when the system come against you. And in my own world, I don't care whether you are a Christian or a Muslim, whether you are a Yoruba, Hausa, or Igbo, wherever you come from. Once I sense injustice, I am always willing to use my resources, including my platform, to help. It doesn't mean that I always do that. So in a way, that doesn't make me your human rights fighter. I've told you this many times. If you see all these people with day on social media, they give themselves fraudulent titles. Yeah, I am this, I am that, and then there's some of you, slow brain mumus actually listen to them and the rest. I'm not like that. I'm not your activist. I'm not your human rights, whatever nonsense, and I'm also not your freedom fighter. In fact, if I see a real freedom fighter, when I see one, all I do is to support them because, yeah, we all have to fight for our freedom, don't we? We all have to. But let me take another call. I have another caller. Hello there.
Hello, my good general.
Hey, the man himself, Prince Jeje. I mean, I saw your videos. I couldn't really say much. I just had to share them with others tonight. How are you?
Fine, Baba. You do well, are you? How you doing?
I am just here, just Maiyegun General. You can add General. But give me 1 second to make us say thank you to the people who are already with me. My friends, if you are watching, I want to say thank you to every one of you who is already, making your contribution, okay? I want to say thank you to that person who sent £4 and some pennies on Cash App. Thank you. So that takes our balance in Cash App to somewhere around £256, which is good. On your screen, where we have the Give Send Go, we started from, £871. Now we have £911. So we can say we've already gotten something around £40, I want to believe. I'm so terrible in addition and all that. Anyway, Sha, you can see it on your screen, okay? So thank you to every one of you who have responded. I'm counting, and we are adding. Could we make another million tonight? Could we do 10 million naira for, about 1,000 families in Yoruba land? That's a challenge. That's a target. It is possible. In my world, though, and I want to believe that you believe it's possible too. Prince Jejeman, thank you.
Yeah, well done, Baba. I want to join you to thank those who are.
Help me thank them all, because my balance don't jump up again to 1,951, which means I have quickly made over £80 in the last 2-3 minutes. So let me thank them.
Wonderful. My people are great honor. God bless on. Anywhere we want to accommodate the money.
Yes.
It will return back in 100-fold, 1,000,000-fold.
Amen to that. So you are alive, Prince Jejeman. If I say our brothers maybe say they don't feel like say which time we go attack this Maiyegun. If I say this Maiyegun don't they overdo it, don't they overtalk. If I say they don't they get tired of me. So it's like they are coming out little by little, and I'm welcoming them. You know what I mean, Prince?
Yes, Baba, they hail you. In fact, we do respect to other bloggers, other broadcasters.
You know what I mean?
Online. You are the greatest teacher I've ever seen.
Because I get track record, Baba. And you know what we they spend? You know what we they spend on these streets? The currency we they spend here is trust. Trust is the currency. Prince Jejeman. Trust is the currency. Anybody will not see him well. Oh, yeah, do him now if he easy. Why you not do him?
Now, so now they cannot tell them. Any person will say it is because you go do another competition. If God don't give you, you don't get out. The one way God give you, stay on your lane. Maiyegun day on his lane. This is from kitchen all the way for where he did, and I didn't on his
and
lane.
I don't present myself as your fighter. Please, you don't follow me for a while now. Was there any time I tell you that I fight for your rights?
I know.
Was there any time I told you that I be your freedom this or that?
Never.
I've always been the GO, the one that is here
You are the teacher. You have been the teacher from
I've always been the teacher, yes.
You know, and you have taught a lot of students today. I'm one of your students.
Bless you.
You know, and we are making, thank God that we are making impact. You know, and the impact is yielding fruit. We've gotten millions, you know, that are walking all over.
Yes.
And one day our people will be free.
I believe.
Our people must be free, you know, because we are not born a slave.
No.
So we can't be a slave, you know. And if you are afraid, you can never fight for your freedom.
No.
And if you are afraid of death, you can't fight for your freedom. That's what our people must know, you know. And it's somebody that must stand up. Martin Luther stood up. He's a reverend pastor.
Yes.
He stood up. You know, that's why black people can speak in America today. You know, so Maiyegun General, you see, I want to talk to our pastors and our man. They don't need to be going to draw God trouser and want God to talk. Because Nigeria is 1 + 1 = 2. You cannot sow calamity. You cannot sow this kind of destruction and you expect to reap heaven. It's not possible. You cannot sow hunger and you expect that Tukane jet can stop crime. It's not possible. It can never be done.
It's not.
You know, so buy any ammunition you want to buy from all corners of the whole world. You continue to kill and you continue to kill. And one day you that is killing, it will affect
the hunter
you
will become the hunted now. If not by killing, nobody should even be talking about Biafra today. Bold enough to say it. But look at the millions of people asking for it. So it's not about killing. You can kill people, but you can't kill the idea. You can't kill the idea that actually propel people to go public with something like this. You know?
So it's very simple. But I see when I start, I want to address our pastors and our imam.
Right.
They hear me so.
I'm with you.
They should know that Nigeria, the way Nigeria is structured, the gangs of thieves, the robbers that has hijacked the government from east, west, north, and south, they can only define them if you go into election with them. They will define the kind of election you will have.
Of course, now.
Now, if you go into a referendum with them, they will define. If you go into restructuring with them, they will define the kind of restructuring that they want for you.
Yes.
Because even Shetima says restructuring under his foot.
Yes.
That people should not be slaves in their land. It's still under your foot. Because restructuring is that Nigeria people are enslaved. Nobody is a citizen. You have no say in the way you are governed. You understand?
You just have to take it. And whatever you see, take it like that. If you disagree, then try to fight it. If you get killed for fighting it, that's your portion. But just take whatever is given to you, or you die trying to fight it.
Exactly. You see? So what kind of system is that? So the only option I want to tell our religious leader, our pastors that are praying, that are waiting for God to bring revelation to them. The only option that is left for everybody in Nigeria or Nigerians,
yes,
as the case may be, is referendum. That is the only conduct that our people will have. And
because it's the only peaceful way we would do this without bloodshed, right? And the only simple way, right, that, you know, the possibility of being the peaceful neighbors, right, can actually happen. Once all of these are no longer available, it is that the other option. And I don't think Nigeria want to see that. Not be saying all of us have control over it, but spontaneously, Baba, it will get to that stage when things get out of hand, which they will get out of hand. It's just a matter of time.
Baba is already out of hand because if America that has all the information is running away, Britain is running away, UK is running away from Nigeria, Germany is running away, all the countries that matter, that are real Yubo, I'm not talking of fake Yubo, that matter, they are all running away. It's only the countries that are into scam that are remaining in that country. Are you getting me? If they are all running away and you are still, you think that there's nothing is wrong. You think that is normal. You know, the election that you are doing is normal. You think that is normal. OB is a trap, is a setup.
It's a distraction, but we are coming close to the end of that distraction, Prince. It's just 2 months away. Sure you get, It will pass, and time will tell for all of this. Prince, let me take another call, Thank you very much for being part of this tonight. Let me quickly say thank you to, thank you very much. Let me say thank you to my responders. First, my caller, Ken, is that you?
Yeah, Maiyegun's me. Hi.
Give me 1 second there. Let me just say a quick shout out to my friends, my donors, quickly, before we take it up with you, okay? 1 second or 1 minute. So I want to say thank you to everyone who has responded. On your screen, you possibly can see that we've added more from 1,871 pounds that we started with tonight. We have now crossed on Give Send Go, on Give Send Go. We have now crossed 2,000 pounds, which means that we have raised nearly 190 pounds. If my 130, that's 30, and then 1 and this, maybe 190 pounds on Give Send Go, okay? I have also received your Cash App donation, like I used to do, okay? I am not going to mention your full name, but I'll just mention the, just the name. Tosin, if you are the same Tosin that I know of, Baba, if you are the same Tosin, Baba, you contacted me about writing a book a few years back. If this is you, I received your 105 pounds 89 pence donation through the Cash App. So thank you. Okay. I also received your own donation too. Sabeni. I don't want to mention your other name in case if you are not comfortable with that. But if you are that Ben who made that contribution, I received that 4 pounds 88 pence. I believe that should be around $5 or so donation. So on our Cash App right now, we have a total balance of 371 pounds. Ben, I have received several of your contribution, okay? They are coming through again. And for now, we have the balance of 371 pounds on the Cash App. On our PayPal, there is no new contribution coming from PayPal. So it is still what it was. That was 540 pounds. So what else do I have? And then a Cash App, the Give Send Go on your screen, which has given us about 190 pounds. So if you put all of this together, it simply means that we have possibly got over, let's see, that's almost 300 pounds tonight. If you change that to their Naira in Nigeria, we'll likely be saying we've crossed over 250,000 Naira, a quarter of the million, or let me say the quarter of a million. So if you are still there and you want to be part of this, I'm going to share the account details on the screen as well. You can use that. Every contribution that is being put together today will be tallied together with all we have, and hopefully we can indeed reach out to those who need this in Yoruba land. Ken, sorry for keeping you waiting. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I am very well, thank you.
Thank you so much, Maiyegun, for all that you do.
Thank you.
Let me just quickly jump into 2 points, and then I'll wrap it up quickly.
Okay,
the first
please.
one was the first one was the Yoruba actor, the Olaya Igwe, yesterday's
the Yoruba actors who were walking naked. One of them has just walked naked. Others haven't taken off their clothes, but they have already started walking naked too. Okay.
Exactly. He's somebody I watch this movie a lot, and I mean somebody I mean all of them across the board. I try to respect every one of them because it's not easy being an actor and doing what you do. But I mean, then when you play the video of his conversation with the other person he was talking to in the US, I grew up in Lagos. I grew up in Mushin, so I speak a lot of Yoruba very well. So don't be surprised that I do understand a lot of Yorubas, most of the conversation.
Yeah.
What surprises me were two things here on that was he stripped back naked to in the ocean. Does he even have a clue, an idea exactly what he's doing to himself and to his family by exposing himself to that point? And then I think that one was not enough. Maiyegun literally crawling on the ground for a savage vehicle that is even so beyond the unthinkable. Even if it was new, start crawling for a fellow man like you, for giving you a vehicle just simply because you stripped yourself.
Like I said yesterday, Ken, I said, if you give me a car now, like somebody like me, where be say, I no be star, I no be superstar, anything, and I no be rich man, yeah? I won't roll on the floor. I may jubilate and say, thank you so much. And it won't be surprising, even though some of you will be like, Maiyegun, oh, you have car now? How come you can't celebrate like this? You know what I mean? But I won't roll on the floor. Talk of somebody who is a veteran, who has made hundreds of movies, that somehow shaped our childhood too. Looking at him like that is beyond just walking naked. It eats deeper.
It is beyond unthinkable, Maiye. It is. When I was watching it, when you were doing the presentation yesterday, when I saw your reaction on the background, I just said to myself, inside me, I'm like, oh my God, what the hell is he
like
doing?
He could still do all he did, leaving his clothes on. We will still probably accuse him, criticize him, talk, but never in my world did I believe anybody would take off their somebody. No, this is not just somebody. A veteran actor, naked, for politician. That one hit home differently, and I couldn't keep it to myself. I had to make a program on it.
It did, Maiyegun, it did, because even when he did all that with that buffoon, that idiot, that nobody, whatever they name is, you literally calling for that thug.
It is Nigeria.
That's non-necessary. Oh my God.
You need to see graduates. Ken, you need to see how people who are supposed to be graduates, educated people, right? You need to see how they shake around these lots. And then you tell yourself and say, wow, I think I'm going to give up now, trying to understand why somebody would be like, you have no idea that it's even worse. Because when your survivor is buried in their hands, and somehow you needed it. You've got no alternative. Somehow you just have to be creative with that. Be creative. Be dramatical.
They are irredeemable.
Irredeemable. That's the word. Ken.
The second part, so that I can go quicker and allow others to call it, is that you remember mockery? What's that guy? Reno Mockery or something like that.
Reno or Mockery, but we call him Rhino Mockery, but Mockery.
Rhino, exactly.
Rhino Mockery. Obedient.
Do you? I don't know whether you watched the interview where he was it debunking the fact that when you were doing the certificate presentation of that Jagabandi,
when he's doubling down on it, doubling
down on it, and then those thing you were highlighting about the difference between the certificate he presented and the original certificate of the Chicago State University, all those things. Did you know that this douchebag they call Referendum was there crucifying people for try to debunk Tinubu's certificate, while at the same time, keep in mind that he was the same one that was being shown on the video going to
that he said he claimed that he went there and they gave him that letter. Yeah. Meanwhile, the time he said he went there was just last month, this November. Okay, when Atiku was there, sure you remember. He said he went to that Chicago. Only for him to present the letter that some people have already published since July.
Exactly.
And he started doubling down on it. He's now taking it too far with Rufai. He said Rufai said he's going to take him out. Rufai said he called, he said he's going to kill him. And it's like somebody, it's like a baby adult. That's what I see him as all the time. He's like a baby adult. Somebody that is, you know what I mean? Like, he's an adult, but he's a baby.
I know, but you know, this is the insulting part, the most insulting part of it.
The impact of what, yeah, I agree.
Is that, now if you look at us that are outside the country, even the ones inside the country, look at the kind of exposure and the level of the skills and knowledge and intelligence that we have gathered living in this country. Somebody like Reno, that monkey, that idiot, will come and say you can throw anything out there and distract and deflate and see that whatever you throw out there will stick and make us look like a stark illiterate. Are you kidding me? For real? And then you kiss the ring and the ass of these same people who have sent Nigeria straight to hell. They're not even talking about the issue. Even if they are willing to talk about the issue, you're not talking about the issue. The debt to ratio that Nigeria is in it now.
No.
That is not even their so-called P2P or whether it's Jagaban or people. They will not even come out of it. Nigeria is,
and I think that is where they are disagreeing with us. They wanted us to, in a way, right, directly or indirectly, give them a chance. Okay, yeah, you said Nigeria is not going to. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to just? I said, whether you support or you don't, you're gonna, as long as it is for that one Nigeria, you're gonna get the same results. And I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to waste my resources. I don't want to waste my life. Now, some of you want people to validate and say, well, maybe what if Obina? I say, if he then do we go see him. But what then happens when they don't? What is your own plan? Some of them don't have answer, Ben. I mean, sorry, Ken. They don't have answer. They will just be like, let's just hope that God will make. I say, you see, back to square one. Electing criminals through a corrupt system and expecting them to do the right thing. So when they fail, we turn to God and say, let's just hope that God will change their mind and they will do the right thing. Back to square one. Like, do you really have that luxury of time for 4 years of your life wasted on gambling with what politicians can do or promise that they will do, but they won't do? I don't think everybody have that luxury. I don't. And that's why we are impatient. We will not be part of it until a lot of you understand why it is indeed against yourself to be part of any scheme they put together every 4 years. When we make up the number, we'll put a break to it.
The vampires, these people are vampires.
Yeah.
A vampire and a witch, they don't change. They are the same thing over and over again in a million years. There's nothing, we said it, and I'm wrapping up now.
Thank you.
There's nothing you can do with these people. They are irredeemable. These are people, there is no light at the end of the tunnel. It is hopeless. But guess what, Maiyegun will stand by the truth.
We are just 2 months away from the implosion. How they handle it, right, will determine the next phase of what is going to happen. And I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Yeah.
But time will tell. Ken, thank you very much, sir.
Maiyegun, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. You have a good evening, okay? Ken. That is Ken. I have another caller on the line. And if you can do me a favor, sir, maybe you will need to mute the broadcast so that you and I can talk on the phone. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun Baba.
Yes, sir. I miss you.
Yeah. Yeah. Báwo ni àwọn ọmọ mi ń kọ́ àti mọ́mì wọn?
Adúpẹ́ àlàáfíà láwà sá. Báwo everybody too?
Ọpẹ́ ni fọ́lọ́run. Mo ṣe donation mi just about 20 minutes ago before I came on here.
Ṣé kí n sọ pé ẹ bá tẹ máa ṣe fún mi ẹ má fún mi ní full name. Ẹ kò jẹ́ kí n kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sọ first name yẹn fún mi kí lè mọ̀ pé ẹ̀yin lẹ ti ń try ẹ̀ ní several ní ọ̀tìgbà tẹ wá ṣe bigger one. Ṣé yìí nìyẹn?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wò ó kẹ́tó dárúkọ yẹn fún mi tí yín sà. So mo máa sọ pé ẹ̀yin ni ẹ lo Tosin yẹn. Yes or
no? Tosin èmi kọ́.
Okay.
Èmi kọ́.
Èwo ni kí n pè tọ̀dọ̀ yín?
Èmi kọ́. Emmanuel Adebanjo. Èmi ni mo ń bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ní I'm 71.
I think mo ti rí. God bless you, sir. And then thank you so much. Thank you very much. At least.
Yeah.
So everybody can hear you. Tosin gbogbo ló lè gbọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yín sí yín, sir. Go ahead.
That's right. Yeah. So Maiyegun, mo fẹ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ. Mo ní mo fẹ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ lójoojúmọ́ bó ṣe ń sensitize àwọn èèyàn wa. I mean, there's so much deceit deceit everywhere. You can't even imagine the level of deceit. So this governor tó ṣe swearing, so kò yàtọ̀ sí Tinubu. Everything about him is fake.
Now Jackson kọ́ nìyẹn.
Everything. Kí ló dé? Olúwọlé ní gbogbo tablet tó present ìdá.
Wọ́n ló pọ̀ jù láwọn tí wọ́n ń pè leader wọn lé.
Kí ló dé torí Ọlọ́run? Now, let me go back to memory lane.
Yes, sir.
Because I told you I'm 71.
Yes, you
Nígbà tá a wà ní secondary school. Bí standard of education wa bó ṣe sound tó. My own school, Ijebode Grammar School.
Yes, sir.
We were having an exchange program with another secondary school in London, Brentwood School.
Wow.
So that they sent 2 of their students to Ijebode Grammar School, and we sent 2 of our students to Brentwood School, London. And and our own students was beating them over there in London. To buttress my point, Bode George was my senior in the secondary school.
Right.
During a search, he was one of the two that was sent to Brentwood School in London.
Wow. And this was when,
he was sent to London. Yes. I mean, Emiga Deni 68.
Right.
Bode George Deni 66.
Right.
1966. Yes, he was 2 years my senior. So I mean, so that is how good. We had in English. We had in English British teachers. All our science teachers, most of them were from Britain. We had our Indians go. Komobina ibi ìlú wa bó ṣe ti da tó sẹ́yìn. Àwọn Indians go tó ń bá wá wọ́n kàn wá bí ìgbà tó bá ṣe ń bí àwọn Nigerians bá ṣe ń rọ́ọ̀ṣì lọ sí London sí tó ń lọ sí America gbogbo wọ́n ṣe ń wá sí Nigeria gbà yìí.
Ànọ́bà Saudi kí ló ti ń pè UCH Ìbàdàn àwọn family ẹ̀ ti ń gba treatment.
That's right.
In the late in the early 60s 10 sọ ìsà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni òótọ́ ni. So things were so na our classmates mi tó jẹ́ pé ń gbà yẹn. They all rushed to London. One lọ sí Harvard gbogbo wọn. Wọ́n ṣe tó báyìí wọ́n padà bọ̀ nílé ni. Because iṣẹ́ ti wà, everything ti wà. Wọ́n bọ̀ nílé ni kò sí pé wọ́n dúró sí wọ́n fún wọn wọ́n fi green card sí ìfẹ́ wọn wọ́n gbà.
Wọ́n rọrùn ni wọ́n ń padà sílé kí lè fẹ́ dúró ń bí fún kí n fẹ́ máa ṣe ń bì.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni that was how good we were. Our economy was at par with that of Japan. Taiwan. Our economy was better than that of China nígbà tí mo ń sọ yìí. China tó wá ń yá wa lówó lénìí, economy wa better than wọn. India, they were all looking up to us. Àwọn àbí wọ́n dẹ̀ destroy gbogbo ẹ̀. Pátápátá. Yes, it is very sad. Nígbà tí mi wà ní secondary school, ẹni tó bá dé láti America, tó bá ní first degree wọn ní gbà ṣiṣẹ́ ní Nàìjíríà because wọ́n bí masters ìwọ tó bá ní masters from America is equivalent to our own first degree. Master's degree in America is equivalent to our own first degree in Nigeria at that time. So tó bá lọ tó gba first degree tó ní masters wọ́n máa downgrade ẹni. That was how sound our education was. Today, gradually, after the breast, sink from the military. But the military took over in Nigeria to finish. To finish. Gbogbo àwọn Papa Awólọ́wọ̀ Zik nǹkan yẹn. What baffles me is that they saw this thing. How they could allow themselves to become a pawn in the game of chess for the British to manipulate.
Is what we don't know.
They pay. Wọ́n wá gbé wọn sí abẹ́ àwọn tó ń tẹ̀ jà fún independence tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n ní òkè ẹ jẹ́ ká gbẹ́jú wọ́n sọ fáwọn already àwọn náà dẹ̀ gbéjọba fún. You never saw any danger signal in all these things.
Ẹ mọ̀ bí tí mo ti ẹ mọ̀ lára àwọn nǹkan tí mi question nígbà tí mi ń ka history sir ṣé mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo question wọ́n náà ti sọ pé personally mo question ẹ̀ òun ni wípé ṣẹ̀rí ní early 60s yẹn náà sir Sudan nígbà yẹn wọ́n gain independence kúrò lọ́wọ́ Egypt ṣe gbọ́. Now Sudan dẹ̀rẹ̀ nígbà tó máa ṣe nígbà yẹn méjì ni Sudan Southern Sudan bí Nigeria náà ṣe jẹ́ mẹ́ta.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Northern Nigeria Western Nigeria and Eastern Nigeria kó tó di pé àwọn tó kú bá ọbẹ̀ yẹn sí dáhùn tó kú lẹ́ o. Ṣé nígbà tó di sometimes in the late 1960s yẹn nígbà tí Nigeria experience coup 1966 January àti ti July yẹn sà ṣé nígbà tí experience yẹn tó force gbogbo Nigeria together tó di one yẹn similar thing ṣẹlẹ̀ ní Sudan sà ṣe làwọn Sudan náà ṣe ní military coup nígbà tí wọ́n gba independence autonomy wà fún Southern Sudan wọ́n ṣe bó ṣe fẹ́ nǹkan tó wọ́n lọ ń ṣe àwọn lọ nílùú wọn even though wọ́n ní on the bigger scale o. Ṣẹ̀rí náà the bigger country àwọn tí ó jẹ́ ti north yẹn ló tóbi jù àwọn ló ń control ìjọba o kò matter torí ìjọba ilẹ̀ Southern Sudan kò sí lọ́wọ́ north by declaration of independence ṣẹ́gẹ̀t ṣẹ̀rí nígbà tí àwọn military wa take over ní Sudan tó wá force country yẹn together for more than 40 years.
That's right. That's exactly what happened. Yes, sir.
Wọ́n lọ sọ pé for the sake of national unity, for kìnìkan unity. Àti ìjọ tí military ti announce pé Sudan ti dẹyọ kan ní ò ti sísinmi mọ́. Ní Southern Sudan ti ń jà war. Bí Sudan yẹn torí àwọn ló ń control ìjọba, ló ń control everything. Bó ṣe ń pa wọ́n tó wọn change ẹ̀ until 1988 or so. Tí àwọn ará ìjọ wọ̀dú wá wò pé eléyìí ti pọ̀ jù pípa ìdẹ́ pọ̀ jù ẹja settle ẹ padà sí nǹkan tẹ́ wà before kó gbogbo ẹ̀ tó change in 1960s wọ́n bá fún South Sudan ní independence wọ́n bá fún wọn ní autonomy wọn yẹn ni pé ẹ máa ṣe bó ṣe fẹ́ láì follow north mọ́.
That's right.
nígbà tó di ká tó wọ millennium ní 1998-99 ni military bá tún strike again sorry kò tó yẹn nígbà tó kò tó ọdún méjì mẹ́ta nígbà tó máa di bóyá bíi towards the late 80s òun ni kí la ti ń porúkọ wèrè tọ́dẹ̀ Al-Bashiri tó dẹ̀ bá lo 21 years ń bẹ̀ ló tún take over ìyẹn bá tún truncate peace tọ́jọ́ sign ni o tó ti pẹ́ o tọ́ni kọ́ máa control ara wọn ní bá sọ pé one country ni wọ́n bá tún continue ṣé mo tún sọ lẹ́yìn ní ìsà ní pé nígbà tí àwọn northern soldiers yẹn ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti àwọn northern soldiers tí Ezego àbí kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ tó lead wọn yẹn Kaduna Nzego àbí tó lead wọn yẹn north ni wọ́n ti train ẹ̀ north ni ló ti gba gbogbo kìíní ẹ̀ àwọn northern leaders nínú BC tó torí ẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n máa pa gbogbo wọn ni nígbà tó wá ṣe gbogbo yẹn tán tí Aguiyi-Ironsi sì gba ìjọba yẹn tí wọ́n wá target àwọn leader regions yẹn ń ṣe lèmi o nígbà tẹ́mi ń ka history yẹn sá o ṣe lèmi wò pé kí ló dé kí àwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ ò ṣe declare ogun àwọn lọ́nà ìjọba west lóòótọ́ ní military ti gbàjọba tó ti sọ Nàìjíríà dẹ̀ ẹyọkan bọ̀kọ́ tó force kí gbogbo wọn tó lọ submit sí military yẹn lábẹ́ Ìrósì then lábẹ́ Gowon nígbà tó ṣe retaliatory coup yẹn kí ló dé tí àwọn Awólọ́wọ̀ àwọn leader àgbà yẹn tó ṣe willingly tó ṣe declare ogun because Sudan ó yẹ kí Sudan motivate wọn gbà yẹn but sir
let me give you the answer.
All right sir.
Yeah. Let me give you the answer. Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ni pé Awólọ́wọ̀ will have done exactly what you said. Àwọn Adéyínká Adébáyọ̀ governor Western State ńgbà yẹn under Gowon wọ́n pè Awólọ́wọ̀ ní papa ẹ wá you said if the East go West will go this and that ńgbà tí ogun Biafra bẹ̀rẹ̀ tí Awólọ́wọ̀ sọ fún wọn pé tí East bá fi lọ Yorùbá náà á lọ wọ́n wá pé Awólọ́wọ̀ tí ó kò pé ẹ wá bàbá ẹni mélòó ọmọ yín mélòó ló wà ní army in the military gbogbo táwọn pé ìwé làwọn ń kà as at that time ní 60s yẹn gbogbo tó bá ní out of 100% tí north bá mú 60 east wọ́n á mú 30. Yoruba was less than 10% in the military.
Yeah.
So, Benjamin Adekunle ló ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ forceful recruitment of Yoruba into the army. Forcefully.
And lẹ́yìn ogun dẹ̀ nìyẹn o.
Ó kàn lọ káàkiri ni. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. After even during the war.
Was it during
the war?
Yeah. Okay, Benjamin Adekunle sir. Go on.
Yes.
Scorpion.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. Scorpion, that's right. Gbogbo bá ti ń lọ káàkiri àwọn ọmọ tó ń bá rí i pé wọ́n kàn ń gbá bọ́ọ̀lù kiri àwọn ń ṣeré kiri tí ò bá ti jọ ọmọ school wọ́n bounce wọn sínú classmate mi kan wọ́n bounce ẹ̀ sínú van tó dèrò ogun nítorí pé ó ṣe truancy ó ń sá ní school bó ṣe di èrò sọ́jà nìyẹn mo forúkọ bò láṣìírí. So that was how as at that time. Then we don't have also if you do anything like that, easily you want my overall we will just become a territory either under Biafra or the north. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. So until tá bá ní ọmọ ogun lè lè sọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́mọ ogun ìwé ní Yorùbá ń kà ò lọ́mọ ogun rárá. Nǹkan tó ká wa lọ́wọ́ kò gan nìyẹn. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni yẹn ló wà fà sí kí ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ forceful recruitment. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni yẹn ló jẹ́ kí Benjamin Scorpion ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí forceful recruitment of Yorubas into the army. Òun ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ if not so we were absolutely near.
Wọ́n padà pa òun náà nítorí pé lórí ọ̀rọ̀ kò ṣe kú yìí. Wow. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ṣe wá rí ìtẹ̀ràṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú wa yìí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni ṣe wá rí ní Ojukwu will have succeeded to an extent. It will have succeeded to an extent, but mistake tí Ojukwu ṣe the bombing of Rivoli cinema in Lagos and then he came through lẹ́yìn tó override Midwest under David Ejo wọ́n override Midwest wọ́n bọ̀. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú Òde dẹ̀ ní Colonel Victor Banjo tí Ojukwu ní kó lead of the onslaught on Lagos. Wọ́n gba Ìjẹ̀bú Òde náà dẹ̀ máa ìlú bàbá ẹ̀ náà máa gbà kọjá.
Láfta ọ̀rẹ́.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ apá ọ̀rẹ́ ṣé òun lòun máa wá overall ní ìlú òun.
Sentiment
fún Ojukwu ibi tí kìíní ni and that is why Ojukwu executed him.
And now for treason.
He executed Victor Banjo. Pé fún treason. Pé they could have and then ìgbà yẹn gan ni Yorùbá ṣe ìwà join army pé pé ìbá Hausa ń bájà kí ló wá dé tẹ wá ń bọ́ǹbù Èkó. Yorùbá ní ló lè kó náà. Why are you bombing Rivoli cinema ní Yaba? 2 people died there. There were cars blown up. Police iṣẹ́ ní Yorùbá kọ́kọ́ maintain neutrality. Wọn ò dá sí. Ìjà yẹn wà between the north and the east. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni gbogbo àwọn kí ló ti ń jẹ́ this man mo mà ti gbàgbé orúkọ army officer yìí tó pa tó pa àwọn Igbo. I mean, that one is a criminal. Muritala Mohammed.
Genocide ni
Delta.
They are
criminal.
Benny. Genocidist ni.
Benny. So the Yoruba was not involved until they tried to overrun Lagos via Ogun State.
The irony of it all ni pe every time that we talk about the Biafran war, by the way, pé wọ́n fẹ́ wá sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ogun ọ̀rẹ́ ó lè kú ìjà ọ̀rẹ́ and the rest. Àwọn èèyàn òkè mọ̀ yìí pé àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ leader àwọn tó ń lead ogun yìí bọ̀ láti Biafra Yorùbá wà nínú wọn tó jẹ́ general gidi tó jẹ́ until ìgbà tó change mind 1 minute pé ẹ wà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá láti fẹ́ wọ̀ yìí tàbá overrun ìlú mi ibo iṣó ti yé ń sìn tó change mind wọn. So they were like into it.
Àwùjalè á pè bàbá ẹ̀ pé ọmọ ẹ ló wá overrun ìlú wa.
Akọ the part of history náà ni anyway.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, and then one other thing before I go.
Yes, sir.
Ṣé rí ọ̀rọ̀ £40 or 20 pounds wọ́n ní àwọn fún àwọn Biafra yẹn. Tó fún ni wọ́n fún after the war. Let me tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní. Nígbà tí wọ́n after the war tí wọ́n ní okay gbogbo Igbo tó bá ní owó ní bank wọ́n máa dá owó yẹn padà. Awolowo was the finance minister and deputy to go on. Commissioner náà pè ń gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. So wọ́n ní okay wọ́n ní kí everybody kan submit claims wọn. Nígbà tí wọ́n submit claims gbogbo àwọn Biafran tó submit claim gbogbo owó tó submit ó ju gbogbo tó wà ní Central Bank of Nigeria. Wọ́n ò gbé tí ní wọ́n máa ní kán sọ owó yìí fún everybody pé according to wọ́n ṣe I mean gbogbo submit gbogbo òsì nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi proof òsì nǹkan tó fẹ́ fi proof pé okay irọ́ ló pa àbí which means that gbogbo tí wọ́n bá sanwó yẹn ní Nàìjíríà gan ní owó kankan mọ́.
£20.
wọ́n ṣe arrive okay.
£20.
kọ́ máa ṣe anybody àti gbogbo ẹni tó bá sọ mi àti ẹni tó sọ gbogbo ẹni tó sọ mi tó wà àti ẹni tó sọ mi everybody let's just give them a round figure. Bẹ́ẹ̀ni so kì í ṣe pé
ìyẹn wà political ẹ̀sà is not economical.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni
it was political.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
And that was the beginning of the Cold War. Tó padà wá di nǹkan tó tún padà contribute sí pé Nàìjíríà yìí máa padà pín last náà ni. Because àwọn Biafra tó sọ wọn padà integrate wọn into that system. Wọn trust wọn. Wọn fẹ́ wọn believe pé wọ́n lè lead. Ṣé you understand sin? But a mọ̀ pé there is so much politics.
Yorùbá mọ̀ nípa ìyẹn o. Yorùbá mọ̀ nípa ìyẹn o.
No, àwọn
Arẹwà.
Ẹ̀sà. Ṣẹ̀rí
àtẹ̀wọ̀n APC.
Ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀ sà ẹ̀wẹ̀lẹ̀. Tinubu. Yorùbá ni wọ́n ń pè. Gbogbo nǹkan tí ẹ máa gbọ́ sà gbogbo nǹkan tí Buhari ṣe fún wa lónìí àwọn tí ò kì í ṣe Yorùbá tó bá fẹ́ look at wọ́n sọ pé Yorùbá pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ti wà wọ gbogbo kìíní Yorùbá lèmi Yorùbá lẹ́yìn ṣẹ́yìn pẹ̀lú àwọn tó ti Nàìjíríà wọ ọwọ́ Buhari ṣẹ́ pẹ̀lú.
mi ò pẹ̀lú Tinubu ni
tó bá ti ń sọ wọn àdá so bẹ́ẹ̀ the same thing ni pé ṣe ní òṣèlú ìgbà yẹn ní tòótọ́ tí wọ́n bá ti ń dárúkọ Awólọ́wọ̀ àti nǹkan tó ṣe ń tàn yẹn wọ́n á dárúkọ Yorùbá mọ̀ yẹn ni mo yẹn máa ń sọ nǹkan kan sá o pé history wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá túlé pẹ́ ẹni tó bá wá ilé pẹ́ á kan ayan funfun òwe Ìjẹ̀bú ni kó ní ọ̀túlé pẹ́ á kan ayan funfun.
wo káre wo gbọ́ Ìjẹ̀bú dáadáa.
so téèyàn bá ń ka history a rí wípé àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ progenitor sí wa àwọn forebearers sí wa kì í ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe ló bójúmu o. ìyẹn ló ṣe sọ pé tí a bá ń ka history you should learn from history so that you don't repeat the history. ìyí tèmi kọ́ nìyẹn sá o kí n má parọ́ fún yín o but as at the time
you are right
£20 kò tiẹ̀ lè help wọn and it was deliberate. Don't empower them. Don't give them money. Don't do this or that. Or they may start again. And it was deliberate. But I appreciate when I was reading that history, sir. Everyone to feel properties in one sile. ní every part of Nigeria, including Yoruba land, Potak, everywhere. Tí wọ́n fi property wọn sílẹ̀, tí wọ́n padà lọ sí Biafra ní gbogbo ogun yẹn. Nígbà tí Nigeria sọ pé £20, àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n padà dé, tí wọ́n padà wá bá gbogbo nǹkan ìní wọn tó fi sí ìkíà ọmọ Yorùbá. Lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ni o, ní Jẹ̀bú ni o, ní Ìbàdàn ni o, ní Ẹdó, everywhere. Àwọn yẹn wà record. Ìyẹn pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó help.
Rivers nìkan náà ti rí gbà.
Wọ́n máa rí gbà ní Rivers.
Wọ́n rí gbà padà ní Rivers.
Wọ́n rí gbà dáadáa ni àwọn èèyàn kan gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ làwọn kan náà gbẹ́sẹ̀ lé lọ́dọ̀ ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa náà bọ̀ for record majority àwọn èèyàn tó fi properties wọn sílẹ̀ fáwọn èèyàn tí wọn kì í ṣe tí wọn wá láti àwọn àdúgbò yẹn bí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá majority wọn lórí gbogbo properties wọn padà wá dé bá even after the war.
That is true. That is true.
Ṣé sir? But that again, if tó bá jẹ́ pé bóyá pé láti ilẹ̀ tí àwọn apàkúta sọ̀rọ̀ ẹni àwọn da ìrìn àjò ayé èèyàn rú àtàwọn tó padà tó pa ẹnu mọ́ tí wọn ò jà nígbà yẹn ká ní bóyá wọ́n jà ní lọ́jọ́ tèní irú ètì àti àìnífẹ̀ẹ́ tá a ní tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà lọ́jọ́ tí ní pípa yẹn ó lè má sì mọ́ ọ ṣe get kọ́sí gbogbo á ti mọ̀ wọn ara wa á ti máa yé ara wa oníkàkọ́ á ti mọ̀ wọn ara ẹ̀.
That is true.
No trespassing.
That is true.
It's just what it is, sir.
That is true. That is true.
Anyway, thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure, Pastor.
Thank you, Maiyegun. God bless you.
And God bless you too. Thank you, sir. Can you nice evening, another call. And just before I take that, my caller, do you mind hanging on for me for a second, please? Just stay on there. Just stay on the line. I just want to say a quick shout out to my friends, my donors. Okay, one moment. So tonight, so far so good. So far so good. We can say that we have raised in total. I don't know if I should be minusing or subtracting, but I'm going to just give you the total, okay? So we can see how much do we have. On Cash App, we have £411. Now, on Give Send Go out there, we still just have about £200, £190 to be precise. So if you add that to £411, that should automatically possibly give us £600, okay? Now, £600 on PayPal. Hang on. Why am I saying 600? I mean, we already have about £400 before. So if you add that, that will make it £1,000 from Give, Send, Go, and Cash App alone. Then when you go on to the PayPal, we have £540. Like I said earlier, there's no new donation coming through. So that means that we have currently, at least plus or minus, we have about £1,600 already raised, plus our 1 million naira. We can say we have at least something around 2.350 or 2.4 million naira in our wallet towards what we are planning to do this festive period for the families in Yoruba land that we choose to reach out to. Hello there.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Ekale, Ekaro, everywhere all over the world.
How are you, Baba?
Let me start by commending you. Can you imagine that figure that you just mentioned just now? Maiyegun, you are a wonderful person.
I've got wonderful people like yourself and a lot of people who are like quietly watching. They are watching quietly.
I'm going to start with that. Let me just commend you because I can hear everything you are saying and we normally watch it, but people don't really understand how much effort, how much it takes to be able to put all these things together. And you have a family, a personal family of your own that you run, because I live in Britain and I know what it takes. I know what it is. Do you understand? My kids are in bed now. For you to be screaming down the microphone like that and everybody is asleep. Do you understand me? It takes a lot. And I praise you. I praise you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyway, let it start. Yeah, push at it starts. You have already started somewhere anyway. So yeah, go on.
I watch it live. Do you understand? Tonight, but most of the time, I have to play catch up because of the time I get up for work and things like that.
Oh, okay. You're not working today, no?
I'm not working tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Well, fair enough.
Good enough. I've got tomorrow off, which is why. Yes, which is why I was able to watch you live today. And you know, I always call you when I'm free like that, so that I can make my own contribution. Maiyegun Baba. Feel left well. More even means to feel left well. Daddy don't call on anything. I'll call him an elder statesman. I'm not going to call him that. I'll say an elder statesman that called just now.
Yes.
That man, he's just juggled the history for some of us that already know the history of Nigeria. Do you understand?
It's part of the history. And I am happy. When he was a young man too, you know, it's not hard.
Baba, I am happy. I am happy that he brought all these points up because, and I'm just going to pick some of it up and talk about them briefly.
Sure.
Truly, or everything. Do you know the current politicians? Do you know they are still using these things as a punchline to get votes? Do you know that?
It's called emotional
victimhood.
Do
you understand? That is how petty things have gotten to. Do you understand?
I know.
And I am glad that he made mention of a lot of those things tonight. Chetuwali, but that was no long she led me with you. But that belong to Emma because there are millions of them like that. You understand? We be saying when you look at the way life is in that Nigeria, the way it has bent a lot of people. Can you imagine somebody rolling on the floor because they give you a mode of transportation? A mode of transportation for you to get from E to B, and you are
not just any other person. All of us grew up thinking that these guys are rich, these guys are better up. They have, you know what I mean? Even though we discovered that they were not,
apart from being rich, what about morale? What about his morale? What about people that look up to him?
What about his dignity? His own dignity as a man. That's the question. Why not if is that it?
I don't brainwash. So I'm obedient. Àti ẹ̀kọ́ má bínú sí mi ò like wọn because
wait for the consequences. Yes,
mo tó fọ́n ní mi sọ gbogbo ẹ̀sọ̀ tèmi ni pé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ wọn lálẹ́ yẹn ní ẹ̀ táwọn bá ti fọ́ nù lára báyìí ẹni tó ń dé sí ti wọn tí ìmọ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣe wọn rárá wọn tí ìmọ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣe wọn ìmọ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣe wọn ní ìmọ̀ tọkùn tí ìmọ̀ bó ṣe ń ṣe wọn ni pé for the fact pé ètò kọ́kọ́ lọ mú candidate yín wá láti PDP lásán yẹn ẹ ti lọ fa wèrè lọ́yàn ẹ ti gbéṣù jẹun. ẹ ti gbéṣù jẹun wọ́n fún 20 million wọ́n fi 5 million ránṣẹ́ ẹ tí rí nǹkan kan ẹ rí nǹkan kan a ní ẹ wá jà àjọgbọ́n àjàbọ̀ ẹ fẹ́ lọ faná sórí ẹ faná yẹn sórí 2 months ló kù ẹ ti fa wèrè lọ́yàn báyìí nísìnyí wá kú bí ẹ tó gbé ẹgbẹ́ ìlẹ̀ kọ́ fẹ́ bugi jẹ ni àbí wèrè ló máa kọ́ bugi jẹ náà máa wò ẹ kàn búra wọn jẹ bó ṣe ń lọ you understand. So now my last point before I go in case you still have anybody tó fẹ́ pè wọlé tó fẹ́ sọ nǹkan kan máa yẹn mo lè fẹ́ kó bá mi fi sọ́wọ́ òsì. ṣe rí program àwọn oní agitation wa ò ṣe agitation tẹ̀ sí ó dẹ́n pé ẹ̀kan ló ṣiṣẹ́ o bàbá because I remember calling you before you did that program. Is it 1 or 2 you have done so far? Because I want to make sure I'm not
just one. It's just in think of remind that way. Just bring the memory of people back. Kó tó di pé máa ṣiṣẹ́ wá bẹ́ẹ̀ sí ni wá sọ àwọn nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ in between. I'm at this stage.
I remember commending you. You have done absolutely wonderful, my brother.
Thank you.
You understand? With that first one you've done, and I cannot wait for the rest.
So
you understand? Because I have noticed it. Because social media, then when you have love for your own motherland,
yes,
anybody that is agitating, you click on them, you like them, you want to listen to what they are saying.
Them, him or her, as much as you can.
I have noticed that not everybody is Maiyegun. So me as a person, I am going to stick to where I am. Because Papa, you don't know what you are doing for people. You said something earlier on, but Papa, because I can think about Maiyegun by me for like 3 days. Even I know it's program. Yeah, will make but to the video, but not this guy again. When yes, it's him again. There's nothing you can do about it. Because therapeutic do you understand? But for food only, I mean, LFST, FF only, for food only.
For food
I told you, Kudino, to buy about me, Yanshin, Brown, and Jonathan, don't Brown, on what she program constantly down when you're party to buy the touching some around. When you're in the shoe, really, Kuduma Shiki, and you know the Bukuya Shiri.
Cutting wash shirt around. Skinny size, she look good. I don't know, like the more they fight for them.
Papa, I am glad I met you because you are catching trees. You catch trees, Baba. I have to. Bless me.
You are blessed. You cannot hear Baba. You go Tobai. Kofeti Egbo Tobai. Kowaje iro.
Oh yeah. One thing back on to do ko ton do article. To article wo ko ni sori bash by. But you get catch trip like be come am da for kon ni otomi ke. Otomalo kon otomi so. Ko pay 2 days later by no show video we tell you put in baby ni oh this sori work on otomi. Oh ni ku ife. You mean catch trip for oh ni ku le lọ́nà wa
say don't die in their war. Emotion táwọn èèyàn rí baba emotion wọn baba wait o emotion that you see so emotion are expensive. Some of us we get people where they share emotion with us. Oh, how are you? Oh, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Oh, Pele, how did you feel that? Emotion one. Can't you see Nigerians? They don't get emotion. They don't get sympathy or empathy for anybody. So you get now if you begin to offer emotion, that's not what is left of your emotion. You can't share them for politician. About wrong business now, wrong now. You know they take long before you will regret time. And for me, I don't get any single emotion other than for say make I use them as a teaching material. Make a point to them and say, look at that one, listen to this one, can you see through this one, and the rest of them? Well, emotion, day.
Maiyegun, I want to thank you so much for the work you are doing. Look at how many people is going to benefit from how much you are producing.
Yeah, you know one thing I have in mind there, Baba, is that I am hoping that we'll get to 1 million. 10 million naira, right? And then we can utilize that and help some small businesses who are members of this platform, who could make some small supplies in a small fraction and all that. And then package enough food that could at least, I'm not going to say forever, but at least it will last a family of 5, family of 4 for a whole week, if not more. Sure you get. Now, if we do well, I will do this, then we have a lot to do next year too. Just for people.
Yes. God bless you and your family and everything you hear and do, Baba. Baba, it's nice talking to you again.
It's a pleasure. God bless you so much too. And you too. You have a good one. Now, my regards to the, to the dollars, to the lovely ones, your kids when they wake up.
Thank you very much, Abba. Thank you very much.
Nice one. So I have another caller there. although we have been talking, however, this is the segment where if you really want to be part of what we are doing, okay, you can use any of these platforms. Use the PayPal, use the Give Send Go. The link is in the comment section, okay? You can use the Cash app. It's also on your screen. And you can also use these bank details on your screen as well. When I come next time, I'm going to show you how to also make a contribution from outside the UK into this particular account on your screen. I have people who have asked me, Maiyegun, when we are doing this fundraiser to help people back in Nigeria, can you make provision for a Nigerian account to do that? Yes, I wish when we do this, it's going to be like a registered account to the organization, but we haven't done that, and I'm not going to tell you we have. But what I'm working around is that a reliable, dependable sort of a bank details, not individual, sort of the business account details in Nigeria that we can use to also add to this fundraiser. Eventually, if we get to raise enough by the 15th of this month, that is going to be in 10 days' time. If we raise enough, we are going to reach out to our Nigeria-based, the Yoruba lander-based team. We're going to make the money available. We're going to make the money available for them. All the suppliers for this or that they're going to put together, so they would have another 8 to 10 days in getting all we need together, bag them, package them, and take them to different parts of Yoruba land to serve the purpose why we are doing this. Okay, I wish the number is so massive, but you know what? People are pulling their resources together to do this. Okay, it's not like we are getting any special funding or anything from anywhere. £5, £1, $2, $5, $10, 20 riyal, randy. Anything you want to give all comes to something. It comes into the jar, and once we know the total of what we've raised, by the 15th of this month, we are going to announce how much have we raised. And from that moment, from the 15th of this month, we are going to make available the fund for the people who are going to pull all of this together for us. Remember, these are people who just want to do things in their own small way, voluntarily, to help us pass this on. And you are all welcome. When that time comes, in another 10 days, I'm going to give you the contact number. I'm going to give you all you need to reach out and be a volunteer in any, when they come to your own area in Yoruba land. Being a member of this platform, you can help us join them, be a volunteer to help them distribute this. Everything we are going to get and give to people, they are going to be free, 100% free. So the more we raise, the better our chances. And I implore you to join us. $1, $2, £1, £2. You have no idea how much this can do and how far it can go. I learned all of that. We call it a crowdfunding. It's such a great way to reach out to people en masse, bigger than what you can imagine. And yes, don't give what you don't have. And there's no compulsion. Everything is voluntary. Use the PayPal, use the Give Send Go, use the account detail on the screen, and possibly use the Cash app too. All of these have a messaging system. When you make that contribution, you can add messages to them and say, this contribution is for, and I'll give you the total later. And then we'll take it on from there. We have 10 days to raise over 10 million naira, possibly. And if we don't, whatever it is that we have, we'll use them. Hello, sir.
Indefatigable, indomitable, excellent general.
Sataiwo, you need to look with last. Hey,
I will not.
They said you are the one, who is misleading Maiyegun, making Maiyegun to be like he can just do whatever he like. Now they are saying I am fighting the agitators, and they are like so sad about it. But here you are again. You have never called in without leaving an impact. So I hope I can distract you from that tonight, and I hope not as well, because somehow you have been the source of what we are now doing, as much as I've been so not eager to push it. Sataiwo, everybody can hear you.
Hello, General.
Yes, sir.
If I call you Taiwo, are you Taiwo?
Well,
answer now.
I mean, I'm not Taiwo by the definition of Taiwo. But it now depends on what that Taiwo now means in our own lexicon. Is that motivation? When you say Taiwo, does that mean motivation or a motivator? So it depends.
Your hello, sir. Your identity of your official identity, you are not Taiwo.
I am not Taiwo. Yes, I like that.
You are Maiyegun. You are not an agitator.
I am not.
If anybody is saying you are an agitator, I was just looking at you tonight, but general, you come out distracted. Anybody who calls you an agitator now, give the person 2 or 3 days. He will see himself, he will see the foolishness. Yes, you have dedicated between 5 to 10 minutes to that person today. Like I told the brethren on the platform, don't give these odd people in our midst an attention. Let them post their rubbish. When they see no response from any of us, they will go.
Eventually. It's what they say, don't feed the trolls. They will die naturally when they are not fed. I agree. I've always been like that. Sometimes I just feel like when they try to throw me that way, right? I can use that as a message to pass message to people like them and even to the people on the platform. But I get what you mean. Don't feed the trolls by acknowledging them.
My general, don't get distracted again. Anytime you do that, you will pay Yoruba Union account fine, maybe 1,000 pounds. You will pay fine.
I will do my best not to violate it because I am going to run. Probably I'm going to be bankrupt if I'm not careful by being charged that much. So yeah, I'll do my best to avoid all the time. Sati.
So general.
Yes, sir.
I want to know this thing today. From what the Baba said today, leadership failed us. That is where we are today in Yoruba land. And imagine over 70-year-old man, the way he cherished you and he cherishes you.
I know.
He's telling you there is something in your hand that can get us to where we wish to be.
Which is our own independent, free Yoruba nation. That requires collective works. I'm glad to play my role, just like everyone is being encouraged to play theirs, as you always do. Baba?
Yoruba nation or union is just a subject, is just a subset of the whole thing in your hand. Maiyegun, you are bigger than an agitator. You are bigger than Yoruba nation. You are just bringing down as one of the subsets of what you are doing and move on with your life. Yes. So when those people come, just put them aside. Maiyegun, I have this to say, please. Number one, this intervention of food we are trying to do, yes. I wish we can standardize it.
You wish we can what?
We can standardize it.
Please let us know what you mean by that. Standardize it. That is what we should be. Okay, go on.
If we give out our food when it will be distributed, we should know the family we are giving to.
Okay.
We should have the data.
We should develop a data system that tracks the beneficiaries, not just for that moment, a possible follow-up. I'm following you.
Yes. We can monitor the family we are giving the food. How are they faring? Yes. Because we are showing how a nation to be governed. I am not in Nigeria, you are not in Nigeria. No. We know that when we join hands together, yes. we can nation.
We can do a lot.
Maiyegun, you are setting an example that many people will pick from here. Yoruba wa le da ewo gan tan se Maiyegun won kowo jo ko de sare wo Maiyegun God will help you. Won ko 50 million jo 100 million jo ni Maiyegun garibu enigun o de so pe nikan kan kowo kankan je. This is why we tell our nation how it has been working in developed nations. It can work in Yoruba land. And we can set example temple. This is full of truth. Even if we gather 1 billion, nobody will raise anything because everything will be transparent.
That's right.
So the Lord will help us in that.
There's no secret account somewhere taking your money in a way while others are like just for front. I agree with you. You know what I told people, sir? Sataiwo, I said, if there is anything that people don't understand about us, okay, we have had our fair share of this international economic turmoil. But even in that situation, we still have generous people here who have one thing.
Yes.
And one thing and one reason only that they will listen and trust Maiyegun is because the currency we spend, the currency, our only currency on this platform, which I have seen the most valuable currency is trust. Trust. I trust him. I just trust him. If it's Maiyegun, I think I trust him. Not because they've met or anything, but antecedent and all this precedent, as they say, I have earned that coin, that currency. It's called trust. And that's why people are saying you should be careful how you spend it. I am just being careful, Sataiwo, of how I spend that currency. And most of the time, you have always been encouraging that we should spend that currency of that trust to the goodwill of the people of humanity to start with and Yoruba land. So, yeah, it is a currency that not everybody has. Trust. I cherish it personally.
You don't just have it. It is proved from day to day.
Yes.
And it's even proved today. And we will continue to prove it.
I agree. Thank you very much.
So that is one. Maiyegun, please do some our Yoruba Union web. Give us the update. What are the challenges we are having? How to get truth? How to get truth? What are the things ahead of us to get truth?
Well, that is a straight answer. There is nothing really in particular holding us down other than the legal part of it. I'll tell you this. And I think I've said that before, sir. Yeah. When we were looking into the opportunities of registering Yoruba Union outside Nigeria, in the UK, in the US, and all over the world. So we said that we needed the legal foundation for it. There's going to be a place that they're going to say, this is where it all started, okay? The world headquarters. It could be in America, it could be in the UK, but UK happened to be where I live, which means that where I could easily put together a team, physical team, to work as, in the secretariat that we're going to set up. But to do that, excuse me, we need to register the platform. So the first bill that we received, and if you remember, and this was months back when we were like trying to do that, the registration, right? We had a bill of £5,000 for the consultant that is going to like put all of the legal whatever together in the UK. That's so much for me. The Jebu in me wasn't comfortable parting away with even half of the money for them to start. So what did we do? We said, because we have less or limited resources, with the little we have and how much we have actually spent on building our platform and the rest of that, how about we start somewhere? If you remember, we said, let's go back to Yoruba land, put a team together, give them the legal standing and all that, where they can do things on our behalf, while we fund them temporarily till when we can actually feel comfortable to say, let's register, let's pay for this consultant registration and the rest of that. Then once we get that, it will then be easier for you and me, okay, to properly sign up for Yoruba Union, where you can now share your vital information, including your financial information. When we decide that we're going to be not just mobilize our members home and abroad, we are also going to make them committed members who are committed to the cause, even if it's going to be $1 or £1 a month. You remember? But we couldn't do all of this if we don't have legal standing to stand on. We live in the diaspora. We know what this is. So we don't want to commit any kind of a financial crime and any other thing at all, right? So we decided that we'll set up in Nigeria. But it's almost the same thing. Getting them to put all this together for us in Nigeria has been dragging on and on and on and on. And the excuse they are giving to me is that is the name, Yoruba Union. Yeah, Mama Jacoba J Yoruba and the rest. So they are not getting the approval in time. They want us to bribe. I am not going to bribe until I get people who can actually make it happen. So these are the little, they're not little. They're the major reasons why we haven't really gone nuclear, where everybody can actually sign up properly, get a membership number. And I'm talking about membership number that can really identify you from wherever you are. That's one of the delay we have. And that's why we decided to go and help her back home. Temporarily for now, until we believe that we have enough resources to set all of this up. Doesn't mean that we can't do anything. So that's why I don't think we have the $5,000 to pay to anyone right now. And even if we do, the Jabu in me is going to make it so hard to pay it to anybody.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
If we call ourselves it's going to filter to the whole world. I want to bribe.
So we have to be careful.
But Maiyegun, we cannot do it, and we will not do that.
No, we won't.
So that is why the one we want to do abroad, let's know what it would take. Okay, this thing, no. To get everything sorted out, security of our website, everything abroad is going to cost £5,000, and it's inevitable.
There is actually an email towards that already. Sure, you get. And I have shared this email with the people I believe. You know, you've suggested before. You said we should begin to kind of bring team together. People can volunteer to play in any role if they know the role they want to play in, and we can put all ourselves into a group and have a meeting and talk about our progress. Okay. So, in what do you call it? In what I have worked on, just a quick one, sir, is sorry, give me a sec. Yeah, in one of the things I've worked on is that if we begin to pick and get people, pull them together and the rest, right? We can possibly at some point, in my view, right? If we choose, we can say, okay, now they can go ahead, set it up here in abroad, and we begin to take all the information that are needed. And then just like that, okay, we can possibly push what we want to push. But without that legal framework, you know what I mean? We can't really do all we want to do right now.
But this is what I want us to help us to do. Okay. The legal framework has expenses to my ballot.
Yes.
If we cannot get there in 3 months, can we get there in 6 months? If we can't get there in 6 months,
we can get there in a few days. Do you understand? We can. The only thing there is that do we want to? So it's all up to us. And maybe after this, maybe after what we are trying to do now, right? If people really feel motivated, because we're gonna do a lot to make people see what they're actually putting the money into. We're going to give it a bit of publicity enough that all of you are going to be proud that you chip in something eventually. Sure, you get. Maybe, just maybe, this may contribute to the encouragement we want to see in people, that we can go ahead in 2023 and then finalize that setup that can then help us oil the engine that we will us into that safe, free place. It's just my own view, but we can do this first. You know what I mean? Like, if we succeed with this, it can help in doing what you are just saying now. Because sincerely, even if we have the money right now, I may not want us to actually put that much money into the hands of somebody to set up the platform, even though it's the ideal thing to do, but it's just not something I'm going to be comfortable with now, in a way. So
two more things, and I go, sir.
All right.
Then the number one thing is the documentation we are discussing. At least in your Maiyegun, as I'm talking with you tonight,
yes, sir,
there is no booklet we can show, either soft copy or hard copy. Yoruba Union, this is our vision, this is our mission.
Yes.
And then the third one, this is our
comprehensive detail
number
what we really want to do. Yeah, I get that.
Yoruba Union, this is our constitution. Then Yoruba Union, this is our action plan. We can work on that. Delegate it. We can start putting things together.
God bless you, Sataiwo. One of the things I actually wanted to share tonight, when I wanted to go to before we got to this stage, one of them was to see if I could throw open. Remember that one of our donors, which I mentioned earlier, that if that person is the same, to say, that's sending that money, I didn't mention the surname. Okay, this was somebody who felt like he could put together all the materials, all things and ideas about what Maiyegun says and all of that, writing a book. So in my head, I've said that I am going to give an email to everyone who has all the ideas that we have shared on this platform. Some of you are very good in putting them together in words. So to say, I am very good at it as well. But whatever I put together is going to be mainly my idea. So I'm going to share that email with you. It's going to be the email of the Yoruba Union. Okay. So you can send all the ideas of your ideas of how we can actually make all our programs reach the people in the grassroots and everywhere. Okay. Also, we are going to look out for the people who are like writers, writers, publishers, and the rest of you. You can join our team as well. So the point here is this, sir. I am going to come out here in one of these days soon. I'm going to announce some positions. Now, it doesn't matter if you fit in or you don't fit into that position that I'm going to announce, but you may fit into something else that I didn't mention, right? The purpose is that to put all our resources now, okay? People who can write a document, people who are historians, the people who can actually put together, people who are like a geologist, people who can tell us the entire land and map of Yoruba land, including the resources therein. Put all of this into, a compiled, sort of a book, either digital or print, to show to everybody who is interested in understanding what is our intention. How do we want to achieve all we set out to do? Sataiwo, I'm glad you mentioned it all. But again, the time is almost out, but I'm going to draw that out and I'm going to announce it. We're going to talk about it. Then hopefully we'll get the right people who are going to reach out, including historians and all that. Okay. We will do something before January 2023. Okay. So.
Okay. So can you give us a Telegram group also for TOT?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Please,
I can create one.
Have a Telegram group. We can put things there.
Yes. I'm going to work around that. Yes, sir. Go on.
Finally, Maiyegun, do you know why I try to put out? This is not my best year, so I can tell you, I have one goal in my life. I want to serve humanity. God has created this world for us to. We should not be suffering in the world, especially in Nigeria. The geographical Nigeria God has given us to enjoy. We're supposed not to be suffering.
We shouldn't be.
I'm doing all these things for one reason. I have seen the leadership in you, and what you have done over the years. You have a template that can make this thing to work.
I am going to believe. I've had people who have always tried to, even when I doubt myself, right? One thing I just want to do is that I just want people to see that I just want to help. And I have friends too who just want to help. I am not ambitious to be leader of anybody, of any group, of anything at all. I just want to be with people who just want to help. Whatever intervention we want to put together, I believe that I have great people around me. That if I utilize their goodness, the goodness in many of the people on MaiyegundsDiary Politico, it can benefit more and more people. And in the long run, it can help the people to understand why Yoruba should stand on our own, and it will be in our own for our own good. So yeah, I agree.
Maiyegun, Maiyegun, you are not self-appointed leader. Imagine somebody is sometimes when I'm at work or when I'm busy in doing my research, and I couldn't listen to Good Life, and I could not listen to you live. You don't call me to go and listen. I will say, oh, I can't miss this young man's class. I can't miss the Temple of Truth today. Maiyegun, you are not self-appointed leader.
No.
God has worked out.
I wish there's some other thing that I can be given. That's why I keep saying, call me your GO, call me your teacher, anything that I look to you, but not leader. But again, people just won't stop saying it.
No, I want to go. There is a leadership in your hand. You didn't put it in your hand. God put it in your hand, and you have been diligent to make sure that it's a excellent leadership. Someone like us, we want to bring out our best into this leadership because you can't do it alone. No. Nobody's an island. We want to bring out our best. Imagine somebody who gave heavily yesterday. What could have triggered that, Maiyegun?
I mean,
what could have triggered that?
Over 500 pounds, and I'm
Maiyegun,
Sir?
Do you know, I had a flag before that money came investigate. Somebody will give 1,000 pounds. I'm still expecting it because that flag didn't come from man. I know it came from God. When I got that flag, I say, somebody will say, Maiyegun, I want to go. Just give us the platform. We want to bring out our best under your leadership. And then people of truth will go far. Thank you.
And God bless you too, Sataiwo. I will work on it. It seems that, in fact, if I build that team, I would love to have somebody like you as one of the advisors. In fact, I want to see 12 of you around this kind of projects to make sure that it never derails. So yeah, when that day comes, I would love to have somebody like you in the team. Thank you for all you do too. And you should have a good
follow. We'll bring out our delegates. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much to every one of us who has been part of this tonight. Our time is fast spent and long gone. I want to say thank you to my donors, okay? Tonight, we have been able to raise over 400, should I say 400 grand? Yeah, we've been able to raise like a 400 grand. And if you add that to what we already have, we are so close to 2.5 million naira. Or you can say we are already there, because if I look at the difference, somebody like me can even put it. Your method can put it. Lizzie, and then you know, everyone can actually like say, I'm gonna put it and make it 2.5 million. That's good for 2 days. 1.5 million naira for 2 days, plus our deposit of 1 million naira, making it 2.5 million naira. I'm beginning to believe that we can do this. Or should I not? We made over 1 million naira yesterday. We made less than 500,000 today from the contribution of every one of you. And I'm so grateful to every one of you who chip in every penny that you did. I'm not going to believe that it's going to keep descending and reducing and reducing. It's okay. So tomorrow is another day we go again. Yes, we go again. We've got 10 days to either choose if we're going to do more or we're going to do less. Whatever we do, just be proud of yourselves. You are helping people you don't know, people you are likely never going to meet or see. They don't even know you. But guess what? You are connecting with them one way or the other. Your message is going to get to them one way or the other. And whichever way that it plays out, just remember that you have played your part. Playing your part in this sense is that you have reached out to the vulnerable people, the people that can likely or possibly not be able to pay you back. I'm sorry for that break. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, and thank you. I'll see you some other time. Stay safe, and always remember, every little help, every penny counts. And then the most, or should I say the best help you can give in this life is the one you give to people who can't pay you back, the people that cannot reciprocate the same. Tonight, we are on that journey towards that. So thank you for coming with me, or thank you for being part of it too. I'll see you some other time. Good night from here.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Wọ́n bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun